Welcome, everybody, to Advantage in Paradise, our Monday night actual play D&D show. We're very excited to have you all here. It should be a very fun episode tonight. I got some new Dwarven Forge to take advantage of, so that should be cool. As per usual, our ambiance is brought to us by Sirenscape, and our music is licensed through soundstripe.com. Great services for streaming and your games at home. But now I'm going to turn it over to Shannon, who has some interesting information about our partners, as well as some information about a giveaway we're doing tonight.
Yes, I do. Thank you, Sean. First, before I get into our partners, we are on a quest for 1,000 Twitch followers. We're super close. Like we are over 850. I think it was like 860 the last time I checked. So we're getting there, guys. If we reach that goal by 11:59 p.m. Eastern on December 31st, 2020, we will do a giveaway, and I will DM a game for these goobers sometime in 2021. It should be real interesting, so let's make it happen. Okay, our partners. First, we have Arcane Spectacles, the creator of beautiful spell trackers and other tabletop accessories. They have launched new products in partnership with Eddie York, who I will talk about in just a moment. And, ooh, yes, as Stefan is holding up right now, you can see his Curon.
They can't, though. Alex has to change that.
Oh, that's right. All right, well, he'll hold it up in a second. Never mind. Okay. They also have mix and match dice vaults. You can do whatever color you want, and there's lots and lots of options. So if you would like to purchase any of their wonderful products, be sure to use the code Paradice for 10% off any item in their Etsy shop. Next up, we have Talon and Claw, the creator of gorgeous wooden tabletop accessories like DM screens, dice vaults, dice, etc. If you would like to purchase one of their gorgeous goods, also use the code Paradice for 10% off your order. Next, we have the Underground Oracle Publishing. They are the creators of wonderful D&D 5e supplements. They just released their latest quarterly bundle. Cal uses the Prongs of the Black in our campaign, which took down a troll in one round. It was epic. So if you haven't already, check out their Patreon and their Discord. They have a lovely community over there on the Discord. Last but not least, we have Edward York, the original character artist for Paradice. He is such a wonderful human and has brought all of the Wayward Five to life. So we are so grateful to him. And be sure to check him out on Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon. All right, so updates about our One Shot in Paradise from this weekend and our Jasper's Game Day fundraiser and our giveaway. First of all, holy crap, this game was fantastic. Thank you, Stefan, for leading us through such a wonderful game. We raised $700 for Jasper's Game Day, which is amazing. We still have our eye on the top prize, which was $1,000. So we are leaving the fundraiser open till the end of the month. And let's be honest, if we don't reach by the end of the month, it's staying up till the end of the year. And we want to reach that $1,000 to help people cope with their mental health and to raise awareness and just let everybody know that you are not a critical failure. So because we hit $700, we unlocked another giveaway. And tonight we will be giving away these beautiful dice from Die Hard Dice. They are the Spellbinder Nightfall set, and they're nice and heavy and very pretty. So that's what we're giving away at our break tonight. So stick around for that. And I think that's all my notes. So let's do it.
All right. Thank you very, very much, Shannon.
You're welcome.
Let's get into the recap. All right. Last we left off, the Wayward Five. Yes, everyone can see. Huron's truly awesome.
It is really freaking awesome.
Dice spell tracker.
Spell tracker.
It's a very cool, very cool image of Alicia. All right. Last we left off, the Wayward Five had finished a day of investigation into the strange lights and cursed happenings that plagued the town of Summerlinden, a town they had stopped on just on their way to Caradolin to investigate further some of the leads they have involving the Pallid Masks and the creature known as the Pallid King. To their knowledge, some ancient creature that was part of what is known as the Morsir conflict, but was not destroyed during that conflict or chained. As they journeyed into this town, they met several interesting folk. They met Jack, the Gravekeeper, who, rumor has it, is the bastard son of the alderman or leader of this town, Lady Linden, who's been locked in her manor for quite some time. This town is plagued by wisp-like lights that come out at night and take over the minds of the citizens. Our very own Curon and Scarlet have both encountered these nightmares and suffered the consequences. The Wayward Five investigated some of their leads in town, including Isra, the apprentice alchemist to one known as Lady Prim, the personal alchemist of Lady Linden up on the Linden estate. They also spoke to a particularly rumor-mongering drow blacksmith named Striga that also provided some interesting smithing conversations with Scarlet as she is rediscovering some of her childhood memories while losing others. And also a rather depressing but affable veteran named Ulf, who is somewhat of a hermit who resides by an old ancient shrine to the goddess Adria, known as the Lawbringer or Spear Maiden, said to be the one who christened and led the 9 conservator gods that were once the pantheon that dominated this region religiously. Worship has fallen out of favor, but Simmerlinden is one of the last remaining places that fervently worships the entirety of the 9, battling every day against the influence of the singular Church of the Everflame. After speaking with all these people, all leads seem to point towards the Linden estate and needing to speak with the alchemist Prim and Lady Linden if possible. You knew that this estate had no one working on it, save Lady Prim and one guard named Broman Strongwill. Having gathered enough information for the day and the night approaching, you returned to Carvia's flagon to rest for the evening. It was at this time that Wiswick decided to utilize the oculus he found back in the Taramron forest to scry on Lady Linden herself. The effects of this scrying were daunting to Wiswick as he was passed through some other plane of existence, surrounded by darkness and the chittering sounds of insectoid-like creatures crawling all around him as he was led, his mind led to a green light that then brought him into the bedroom of Lady Linden's estate, where she lay nearly motionless on the bed as the curtains fluttered in the moonlight, the approaching moonlight. She stared at a mirror across, and when Wiswick looked to that mirror, there was no reflection of her. She looked gaunt and corpse-like. He also saw a large, dense hedge maze in the back of the estate, where presumably the crypts of the Linden family lay. He came out of this and spoke to Scarlet about it, and as they came downstairs to share with the others, the lights outside started to glitter as Curon watched and studied them. As he did so, he heard the rushing footsteps of a man who ran towards the tavern. Against the better wishes of Carvia, Curon let the man in, as you saw wisps chasing him as he entered. This man was known as Eric, and he was flustered and a bit suspicious as you questioned him about why he was out so late. He claimed to be out to get some sleepy time tea, from Isra. He expressed symptoms of sleeplessness, insomnia, pure restlessness. It was late at this point, and Scarlet decided she would rather just retire for the evening to rest. It was once up there that she started to discover similar symptoms in her. A lack of the ability to go to sleep, although exhaustion still remained. The night went on until it was just Scarlet, Curon, and Eric down below, unable, no matter what they did, to sleep. Not even the magical casting of the sleep spell could bring Eric to sleep. Once the clock struck 2 a.m., some sort of effect happened. Curon, wise as he is, servant of Ilyvania, resisted this effect. But Eric and Scarlet were not so lucky. They immediately seemed to enter into a daze and a mesmerizing state. As for Scarlet, at least, she started to see and hallucinate as if her dreams were peeling out of her mind and into reality. She saw two memories in particular. As a little girl rushing up and jumping into the arms of her mother, and another resting for the evening in an old warehouse while vagabonds on the street, their former lover Caleb. These memories danced before her until they faded into nothingness and left her mind completely, only a void remaining where her mother and Caleb once were. It was at this point that in reality, Scarlet and Eric were clawing at the doors of this tavern, attempting to escape into the streets. Curon started to notice other citizens walking about in the streets. Scarlet even began attempting to pick the lock after Carvia had locked it earlier, while Eric began clawing towards the window. It was at this point that Curon called for the rest of the party, and you came down and you were able to, particularly Cal, was able to secure Scarlet, who then was able to be knocked out of this state. You tied up Eric, as it seemed like you were okay at this point, but Curon stepped to the window to look outside, where he saw more citizens walking outside, all wandering amongst the lights, and then he saw the Faceless One, the wood, known to you as the Witch of the Woods, strangely sitting peacefully at a bench, as that faceless white mask stared blankly. One of these citizens sat right next to this horrifying entity, and slowly it looked to the citizen, that pale, pallid face staring. The citizen looked up to the tall, cloaked creature as the black cloak turned into wispy-like, shadowy smoke, and slowly wrapped around the individual, who then faded into the cloak itself as it consumed this citizen whole. It was at this point that Curon saw no other alternative but to confront this entity, and he smashed the windows open with his glaive, summoned his reliquary, and stepped outside as his twilight sanctuary erupted around him. The rest of the party were understandably shocked, and although he did apologize before stepping outside.
I will say I recall Cal actually tackled Curon.
Actually, you're right. Yes. Curon was attempting to get out the shattered window, and Cal went to tackle him to try to restrain him, but they both landed outside. It was at this point that everyone, after a very brief moment of talking, rushed outside as Curon told them they must do something about this entity. Wiswick stayed inside to keep the wisps from coming inside, though he was quite drunk at this point after drinking with Timber all night. And you confronted this creature. The first thing you did, Curon, was ask it for its name and purpose. It did not respond. It simply attacked as this wave of darkness ushered out from it, petrifying Timber, frightening Scarlet, and banishing Cal into some other demi-plane within the Feywild, where he was inundated with the shadowy energy, but he could see above, outside of this bubble of shadow, a great 600 or so foot tall ash tree, and he heard like cracking thunder, branches falling from it as it was ripping apart, miasma all around, a poxed yellow smoke littering the sky, a plagued land, the graying Feywild. In this strange place, he saw the visage of the Faceless One in its true form, wrapped in a tight cloak of crimson and black, with a similar pale face, but with features, eyes that were completely black, save for small, barely glowing red pupils, fangs, large elven-like ears, but a cloak that still wrapped around the entirety of the scalp and head. A great ostentatious collar all around, impossibly tall, as it held a staff out towards him and was going to attack before he was brought back just in time to watch and to contribute as you defeated the avatar of this creature. Not before it said to Curon, "We are Maius, servants of the Harbinger of the Scathe Fulum." Maius was a name you'd heard earlier in reference as a leader to the cult of the Mare, which most believe is responsible for the lights plaguing this town. It's at this point that you rushed inside to avoid the lights around and made a plan for the next day. Though some of you wished to leave right away, but not without checking in at the Linden estate the next day. So you all found a tense sleep at this point, save Curon and Scarlet, who stayed awake for the evening, trying as they could, but failing to sleep. The next morning, you prepared to leave for the Linden estate. Jack had come in the early light of the morning and actually cooked you all breakfast. He wanted to check on Scarlet. And even though most of you for a little bit wanted to leave the night prior, he said he was appreciative of good folk coming to save them. He would do what he could to help you. The lot of you marched into the streets and head up towards the Linden estate, where you did not find Prim in her home, but you did find Broman Strongwill, who said that Lady Linden and Prim were in the hedge maze, heading towards the crypt for the Linden family, for it was the anniversary of Lady Linden's husband's death. They would spend some time in prayers. As he was leading you through, you questioned him on what he thought of the recent goings-on, and he expressed some sympathy for the ideas of the cult of the Mare, particularly their worship of the ancient pantheon known as the Anshi, supposedly the pantheon that Adria, the Spear Maiden, was part of before the Morsier conflict, although he promised that he would never condone the murder of innocents. It was at this point that you all were getting quote-unquote culty vibes from this guy. And Cal decided it was time to stop him from doing anything before it went too far, and he put his hand on his pommel to keep the man's blade in its sheath, headbutted him as hard as he could, blood spewing out of the man's nose as he snapped his fingers and the hedge maze around you consumed you and rearranged itself, leaving you all separate, alone in a vast hedge maze, save Cal, who is now struggling, wrestling this man to the ground, essentially, as blood spurts out of his nose with a wicked grin on his face. And this is where we left off.
It's maze time.
Wait,
So-
I'm sorry, I missed that. Where are we?
You guys are in the tavern again, having a happy drink.
Hey!
And this was just Scarlet and Curon's nightmare.
Well done, DM. Well done. You really fooled us.
All right. I need everyone to roll initiative.
I love a section that starts
Very
with an initiative
nice.
roll.
All right. 20 to 25.
25.
15 to 19.
16.
15.
Okay. All right. 10 to 14.
11.
And Kieran, what'd you get?
7.
No.
And that was with advantage because I just constantly vigilant blessing myself.
Wow.
Of course. All right. So
Dice, man.
you feel the wind rushing around you as some otherworldly force rearranged, as it was a blur to you, as it almost as if these things were moving on tracks as they moved all around, and you just saw this blur of green rushing around you. As you can see closely now that these tall hedges, they're a briar of thorny vines all making up these walls that are seemingly impenetrable. You are all alone right now, save Cal, who's wrestling with Broman. You will need to make skill checks to try to get to where you want to in the maze, whatever you think can help you. If the baseline skill check is a survival check, just to make your way through the maze, but you need to specify where you want to go. Do you want to find one of your companions? Do you want to find the fight with Cal, or do you want to find your way to the center of the maze where the crypt is? You discern where you want to go, and then on your turn, you can do your skill check. It requires at least 3 successes for you to arrive at a specific location. That can be, if you are just looking for each other, though, that's 3 successes collectively. So if everyone is just looking to match up, that's a little bit easier, but you have to specify who you're looking for on your turn. All right.
All right, everyone write your answers on a piece of paper and then reveal them at the same time.
I know, there's part of me that was like, all right, everybody, we're going to need to do this. Scarlet, you are up.
All right.
And certain things that you say you do can help, so like, depending on how creative you get with what you're doing.
Okay.
All right, Scarlet, you're up. Cal, you're on deck.
All right, so as the hedges kind of calm down and she like stops and gets her bearings, she's looking around and like, where's everybody? Where is everybody? And this is like flashing back to the nightmare that she had 2 nights ago now. And she starts to panic, and they're gone. And then she kind of like stops herself, and then she says, no, they're here. We just need to find them. And she is going to, she's trying to look for Cal, and she's looking for the fight. So I guess what I want to do is I want to listen to see if I can hear the sounds of the fight and see if I can determine a direction.
Give me a perception check for your skill check.
You got it. Oh. 10.
It's hard to hear. It's muffled through. You feel you've been pushed further away, perhaps, than other folks from Cal. You maybe hear a clanging of armor on the ground here and there, but the way it's not penetrating the forest quite enough. That is a failure on your skill check, as you start to notice the vines of these hedges are moving. The hedges are staying still, but you see these little writhing snakes, thorned snakes moving through, and every now and then you see sort of a puff of spores come out of the hedge maze, and then you look and you see the one closest to you starts to almost open up as you see a large red-petaled, almost melting flower sticks out with little serrated teeth on each petal, 5 petals, as it lunges towards you to attack you.
Cool.
But thankfully it rolled a 3. So you see this, it looks like this, by the way.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
Oh.
As it lunges out to try to bite onto you and grapple you, but it misses.
That is terrifying.
That is terrifying.
Cal, you are up. Timber, you are on deck.
All right. What is good? I have a couple questions. Sorry.
Yes, absolutely.
First of all, did we also move? or did everyone get moved away from us and we are still in the same position?
You are in the same position. The hedges around you did move though.
Got it.
So like the maze you were walking in looks different if you were to look around.
Got it. Okay, second question. Is he going for his sword still? Like, is that what the fight is? Him trying to get to his sword and me still holding it? Or is he not care about that and he seems to be doing something else?
He seems like he's not caring about that anymore.
Okay.
Something else.
Well, then I'm going to draw my sword and I'm going to stick it across his chest as I draw it.
All right, go for an attack roll. I'll say he is considered prone because you knocked him over, so you have advantage.
Excellent. I'm going to just do some damage. I'm going to try and disarm him.
Okay.
You know. Yeah. Okay. Does a 19 hit?
A 19 just hits.
Oh boy. Okay. Nice, good damage. 21.
21, nice.
And then a follow-up attack. I'm not going to use anything. Oh, sorry. It's more than that. It's plus a d4. Oh, 25. 22.
22, all right.
Follow-up, just standard attack.
Go for it.
It's a 19.
Just hits.
This anymore. That is 7 plus 7, 14, 18 damage.
18 damage, nice. Okay.
And then
So-
I'm probably going to yell, "Bring him back!"
Okay.
And that's it, because I was just busy attacking him.
I'd like everybody to give me a quick perception check with disadvantage.
$21.
1.
Oh,
Well, yeah, natural 1.
Timber,
15.
Kieran.
Hey, 15.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you said disadvantage. You
Yes.
said disadvantage, Sean, and I got 2 4s. So
oh.
Oh, wow. All right, Scarlet, you're the only one who hears Cal scream out. You can hear him screaming out, bring them back.
Which direction is it coming from?
I'll just say you generally know the direction it's coming from.
All right, cool.
I'm not gonna. I don't have this entire maze laid
That's
out.
fair. That's fair.
That's
fair.
why it's a skill challenge.
Yep. No, that's fair.
All right, so Cal, you can see the ripped metal of his breastplate and the acid corroding away as he's laying on the ground. He is not reacting to the pain. He just has that grin on his face as he kind of is coughing up more blood. As it is now Timber's turn.
So Timber would immediately start looking around and being like, I knew it, fucking hell. And then immediately start calling people's names. So he'd be like, get on! Scarlet! And then just keep walking around the maze, or like, well, not walking, like running.
Okay.
Screaming, everybody's like, Calith!
All right.
What are you guys?
You can give me a.
And he's also going to use a minor illusion to be saying the same thing above him while he's running.
Okay. Excellent. What type of check would you like to do for that?
I would like that to be. Let's see here.
Broman is up next, and then Wiswick and Kieran.
How about survival?
Perfect. Go for it.
That is not great. Actually, no, it's pretty good. It's 14. I forgot I have proficiency in it. It's okay. Not
It
great.
is
A
not.
failure.
That is a
Yeah.
failure.
Come on, guys, no!
All right, Timber. You start to call out, and I'll say Scarlet with that last perception check. You hear Timber too, so you now have a lead on Timber, and you have a lead on Cal. Timber, though, as you're running through the maze and shouting, you can hear the vines moving around you, and slithering,
shit.
following you, as you see vines shoot from each side, and attempt to wrap around you on each side.
Can I do a reaction from this?
Sure, yeah.
Okay,
What do you want to do?
it's gonna be really odd. But Timber would have prepped this, put this on his on his belt prior to going into the maze, knowing that something was screwed up. But he's going to attempt to drink a fire-breathing potion that he got from the.
I'll have allowed that to. Yeah, I'll allow you to do that.
Okay.
So is that just like you immediately start fuming fire out of your mouth?
No, like next turn, I could
Next
start
turn will
using
activate.
Dragon Breath or whatever.
Okay.
It's called, yeah.
All right, so I'll say, I will say if you do that, you will have disadvantage on the saving throw against the vines.
Okay, I won't do that then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I will. I'd love to do that for you. Oh, that's beautiful. That is a 26.
Okay. The vines, you are able to completely avoid them as they are just attempting to grab at your limbs. One grabs your wrist, but you rip it away as it breaks apart. They continue to chase you and nip at your heels as you're running through this maze, still calling out for your friends, echoing throughout the maze. But you can't seem to find them.
Visnick!
All right, so it is Roman's turn. So Cal, you are kind of like, he's on the ground on his back essentially, and you're standing over him, having just whipped your blades across his chest, where he's kind of just laying back like this, having almost looks like he's given up for a moment. But then you would hear kind of like a strange, like thrumming noise coming from underneath his armor. It starts to buzz. You just start to see like dozens and dozens of
Bees.
bees start to come out of his no, it's locusts. Bunch of
better.
locusts
Much
start
better, yeah.
to come out of his armor from each of the cracks, and you just see them like crawling up his face as he's just grinning. Some actually start to come out of his mouth too, as it just sort of starts to turn into this buzzing miasma of locusts all around that are going to envelop you as well. I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Can this look like it's a big high shot? No, sorry, it's a low shot from me, and like you don't really see what happens, and then just locusts, and the last thing you see is my cape and coat going.
Yeah.
It just covers me.
It's a rat's eye view
Black
shot
out.
of you
Yeah.
dirty over his shoulder as your face starts to scrunch in horror, and then it's a punch in on your face as you start to hear the buzzing, and then it starts to overwhelm you, and then your cloak goes up, and
Sure.
everyone just hears a
Do you think
loud
maybe we should pitch a show to Netflix?
right?
Con, you say to me?
Yes, con saving throw.
That would be a 16, Sean.
16. All right.
12 plus 4.
That just succeeds. So
That's
you only
good.
take half damage.
Oh, that's not.
Which is 4 points of
Okay.
piercing damage as they are biting at you, but you are able to whip enough of them off. And as you're distracted by this, he just rises up essentially, and goes and pulls his blade out, and goes for 2 strikes on you. One is an 18 and one is a natural 20.
The natural 20 hits.
Okay. All right. So you can see on his blade, it is a. Okay. So that is going to be 15 points of slashing damage, and oh jeez, 4 points of poison damage. As his blade is caked with like hives, essentially, for these bees in a strange way. Like hives for these locusts. Like these, it's not like a beehive, but it's more like what's that fear of small holes, like a cluster of small holes? It's essentially, it looks like that, and there you can see there are insects coming out of that as well, as it slashes across your armor, and it doesn't quite penetrate your armor, but you feel kind of yourself stagger back as these locusts are all over you. On your turn, you will have disadvantage on attacks while you're within the locust swarm. It is essentially taking up thank you, trypophobia. That's what I thought it was. Taking up all the 5 block squares around him. So you could back out of it and go with your reach attack.
Yeah.
But he will get an attack of opportunity when you step out. That is the end of his turn, though. Wiswick, you were up, and then Curon, you're on deck.
Okay. Is there a ceiling, or like, is there anything above me in this hedge maze? Like, did it like grow over? Or...
It's certainly quite tall, but it's an open air hedge maze.
And last session, I sent Jet out to do his thing. I don't know what happened with that, but I have a feeling that I would try and commune with him if he's within 100 feet, which I assume he is.
Yes, he can be within 100 feet of you.
So yeah, my skill check would be to probably do something similar to Timber, where I would be using Jet with combination of minor illusion to subsequently look for other people and make myself known at the same time. Except I'm going to use visual aspect of minor illusion and just make a little glowing red dot. Actually, a big W in the sky, 30 feet above me.
Yeah, you would all be able to see this. As you can all know where Wiswick is now. All right, Wiswick, go ahead.
Yeah,
What
I'm
kind
doing
of skill?
Arcana.
Arcana? Okay.
15 plus 11 is 26.
All right, that is a success. As you are able to use, not only you are able to gift a visual aid for your allies, but also use Jet to your advantage to be able to spot your allies. You have eyes on everyone pretty much. So you just need to properly move through the maze and keep working on it, and you'll be able to find them pretty easily.
So yeah, my goal would be to, if I can see everyone, I would prioritize Cal, because he's in danger.
Okay, so you're going to prioritize heading towards Cal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Timber, were you just heading towards whoever you could find, or were you heading towards where you could hear? Okay. And then Scarlet, you were heading towards Cal. All right. Curon, you're up.
All right. Curon looking around is like, what's going on? And actually, I think Curon's going to try to cast Sacred Flame on some of the hedges to see if he can't burn his way through.
Okay, go for it. Well,
they need a...
Yeah. They auto.
Dex.
They're not... They can move, but they don't move reactively.
So that's 8 points of radiant damage.
8 points of radiant damage against the hedge
Yeah.
in front of you. You do see the fires do start to burn at the hedges, and it doesn't quite... They seem a bit resistant to magical effects, but it is burning. You do see it burning some of it away, as it is... If you kept working at this, like maybe one more round, you could burn a hole into this spot and move through the hedge.
All right. It doesn't seem to be quick enough. Seeing the Wiswick symbol, Curon would just head towards that.
Okay, give me a survival check.
It's going to be plus 16.
16 just succeeds. Okay, so are you heading towards... You're heading towards Wiswick. Okay.
Yes, towards the light that I can see.
Okay, excellent. All right, so that's 1 success for Wiswick, 1 success for Curon, and a fail for Scarlet and Timber. Back to the top of the order with Scarlet.
Okay. this this plant thing with teeth.
Yeah.
I want to, for my action. I mean, am I like fighting this thing essentially now?
You don't have to. It's not. It doesn't look like it doesn't have like legs. It's part of the
Okay,
hedge. You
okay.
could run away from it.
If I step back though, it's probably gonna do.
It will probably get an
Opportunity
attack of
to-
opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. So I'm going to bonus action disengage, and I'm going to turn around
Excellent. Mhm.
and run in the opposite direction. Does the Wiswick symbol look close to me? Or
I mean, generally speaking, you were all relatively still close to one another.
okay.
The maze has just shifted around you, so it is within. I'd say it's within 30 feet of you, but within the hedge maze.
Okay. So she'll like see it and then she'll freak out for a second, but I think she's still gonna prioritize getting to Cal.
Okay, you can. What skill would you like to do to? You already have a point on Cal, so you don't need to do perception to find him.
Okay.
So you could do survival to just try to make your way through the maze, or if
Yeah.
you have something else that's creative, we can work with that too.
Nah, I'm still working on the creative piece. We'll just do survival for now.
Okay.
That is an 18.
18. All right. The combined stimuli that allow you to identify where Cal is, you can kind of understand where Wiswick is too. You get a better perspective on your position. You start to rush through. You skid through a corner. You kind of hit into the brambles, and you can see vines kind of come out to try to grab you, but you
No.
pull away in time to rush past an opening where you can see a larger space, and you can see more of those red petaled flowers in there. But you hear the clashing of Cal and Broman in the opposite direction. You head that way. You have one success.
Woo.
Okay. Cal, you are up.
Okay, so first, you had already moved on, and I didn't want to interrupt you, but I parried to reduce some of the damage of that last hit. I'm going to step back and just take the attack of opportunity to get out of this locust pile.
That is
Swarm.
17 to hit.
Get out of here.
All right.
Here we go. 23 to hit.
Hell yeah.
16 damage.
16 damage. Excellent.
18 to hit.
18 does not hit. What was the last one, actually?
23.
Okay, yeah. 18 doesn't hit, though. 18 is a glancing blow, so go ahead and roll damage, and it's halved.
Okay. 10 plus 7, so 17 is halved is like an 8.
Okay.
Unless I round up.
No, we round down for damage, so it's 7. Or
No, 8.
for 15 damage?
17 damage.
17, sorry. I misheard that. All right, so you step back, and he reaches out, and you can see kind of the cloud of the swarm kind of moving towards you as you move away, almost like the swarm itself was going for an attack of opportunity as you step back, and he swings and misses, and then you bring the prongs of the black across the ichor-like ooze, splattering across the armor, also splattering across several of these insects as you see a whole flurry of them just drop to the ground as you swipe through the swarm and crush against him. Anything else?
No, not yet.
All right. He is looking rough, I will say. He's got all that blood coming down from his nose. His chest is like ripped open at this point, but he doesn't seem to feel any of it.
Listen to me, Locust Man. You bring my friends back now.
Give me a intimidation roll.
Okay.
It's a natural 20, isn't it?
Locust man.
All right. Well, I'll say with a natural 20, it doesn't enrage him. All right. Timber, you are up.
So at this point, Timber is only focusing on the vines, and so he's gonna stop screaming people's names and be like, fuck, I'm fucking shit. And keep sprinting with his wolf-like speed.
Okay.
And then chug the potion.
Excellent.
And almost like looking back and like trying to like breathe on them. Every so often. I don't know if you want me to roll damage. It's really just for flavor at this point.
Yeah, I'm just gonna flavor it because they don't really they can't really escape.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Timber, you rip these vines off of your arms as they just keep latching onto your arms and your legs, and you just keep pulling at them. You bite into a few, and you kind of get free and start rushing down. You can see and hear more of them coming after you. So you unstop her the potion, you chug it, and you turn around and just start to like spit fire. I don't even say it's like this unleashed flamethrower flame. It's like these little spitfires that shoot out as you just see them hit each of the vines, and they burst into flames, and there's this huge explosion. And you can see they are withering, but like Curon's sacred flame, it is only having half as much of an effect as it ordinarily would. You notice the fire is not catching and spreading like a magical fire usually does, but it is keeping them at bay. It is kind of keeping them from fully latching onto you. And you can continue to do so as you move through the maze, which will give you advantage on dex saves to avoid the vines grappling you. What check would you like to make on your skill challenge?
I'm gonna make it. I can't justify acrobatics, which is my highest skill, but I'll say survival.
I mean, if there's a way you can think of it, you want to climb up the hedge and try to do something like that.
I can think of one, but I think it would just require too much action and bonus action.
Okay.
Maybe next turn.
Maybe next turn. Okay. All right. So
but for now, I'll do survival.
All right.
Come on. Oh my god.
What'd you get?
I rolled a 2.
That's a failure.
Oh no!
Timber, you are running from these vines, and you think you hear Scarlet in the distance. So you start rushing towards that particular direction, and you take a wrong turn, and you trip for a moment and fall into a space. You land right on top of this unblossomed petal on the ground. That is yellow at its base and red at the tips. As you kind of cough, and you see this little miasma moves around you. As you look up and see there are dozens of these large bulbs on the ground that seem to... The one you landed on popped entirely into this, and you feel this ooze on your chest that starts to burn, and you can and you start to accidentally inhale some of the materials. So I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw. And you also take 2 points of acid damage. What'd you get?
Natural 1.
You are...
New dice.
You are poisoned for the next minute.
Okay.
As you start to lift yourself up, you notice there's this massive, writhing pile of roots and these yellow and red bulbs all over this mass. It's probably 15 feet tall and 10 feet across. It's just in the center of this little grove in this maze where you can see there's this dense fog. You can also see bones and human flesh inside of this flower as you've disrupted its little small patch, and you can see little vines coming off of its arms. And then 2 large vines uproot themselves, and it lifts itself out of the ground.
Oh.
As you see a corpse flower.
Oh, what flower?
I know those. Hey, that's a nice mini you got there.
3 zombies slew out of it, like it's just sort of birthed them out. They're covered in this slimy acid, and they stand up and start running towards you.
Runners!
And we'll pick that up on the next, on their initiative order. Okay. Broman is up.
Sean's having fun.
Yeah.
At least one of us is.
Play
All
with
the
his new
troll.
toys. Play with his new
That's
They're really
toys.
cool. I love the mini.
All right, so Broman is looking at you, Cal, as you are kind of standing there. You have just kind of ripped open his armor. His chest is just a bloody, gory mess at this point, with locusts crawling all over the bloodied wounds. As he slowly steps forward towards you, the locusts moving into your space. I'll need you to give me another Constitution saving throw.
Uh, 14.
Okay. So that's going to be 6 points of piercing damage. As he is going to. Okay. Bring his sword up, and instead of slashing you with it, he almost seems to run his hand across it. As you see, he's slicing his own hand, and his blood sort of completely coats the blade and the different, like, gross organic insectoid hives on it. And then he slashes into the air, and the hives break off of it and fling at you, propelled by blood magic, as these spores shoot at you. And there's going to be 3 of those shots at you.
Boy, would I like to dodge.
What'd you say?
I said, boy, would I like to dodge.
He's not rolling too well, so don't worry. It's a 17 and a 10, and then the third one is a 16. So I don't think any of those hit.
Maybe not.
All right, Cal. So you see
They didn't even hit my normal AC.
So
I don't
one
know.
One bursts across your shoulder, but it doesn't. The armor protects you from the acidity of it. The next one, you slash out of the air with the prongs of the black, as the third one just goes wide, as he stares at you now for the first moment in the fight, no longer grinning, almost looking around like a man who's run out of options.
Good.
And
Yes, that's just where I want my enemies.
as it is Wiswick's turn, and then Kieran, you're on deck.
Wiswick's going to keep doing what he's doing, but I think he has a good grasp of where people are now, so he's going to try and get there as efficiently as possible. And to do so, he's going to use his knowledge of nature to avoid the sneaking plants that he could possibly detect using his, like, I don't know, his horticulturist knowledge, even though most of it's in the Underdark. We'll see how that turns out.
I'll allow you to do that.
Well, pretty awesomely, because I rolled a 19 plus 11, so
Okay,
boom, 30.
Wiswick, that is another success for you. You mostly just tap into your understanding of carnivorous plant life that there often is in the Underdark, and their hunting patterns, and how if you maintain a certain distance, and you can kind of do so, especially because of your size, you can avoid triggering the grasping vines, because they can't see, they just grasp for whatever is near them and moves with their blind sight. Combine that with using Jet to bring you to the closest person to you. You are kind of shuffling through, as you can kind of like hear behind you some vines like grasping at nothing because you've able to avoid them. You hear a massive entity uprooting nearby, and you also hear the running footsteps of another person nearby. Which one would you like to go to?
Probably the running person, because why would I want to go near this scary thing?
Exactly. You rush down a left-hand path, and you are running through at the same time as Scarlet comes down another path, and you two are together now. As you see Scarlet kind of out of breath, running, as you can hear the plant life behind her rushing forward to try to grasp at her. She turns
this maze.
Yeah, she turns. You just see like some fire shoot out from her hands, and they push back. But you two are together now.
It's no doubt dangerous, but I'm having kind of fun.
Not now.
I'm learning about all these new plants.
Not now.
Okay, fine. Let's find the others.
Wiswick says this as like a vine like absolutely grabs onto one of his wrists, and Scarlet, you have to cut it down and then grab his hand, and you start to both run together in the opposite direction. Huron, you're up.
Okay, so I'm heading towards Wiswick.
Okay.
There's nothing, or I'm heading towards the W, which I assume is Wiswick.
The W has changed to a W and an S.
It appears he's found. I would assume that's Scarlet. I must hurry to my friends. And he hurries to his friends.
Give me a survival check.
No, you can.
Okay. Natural 20.
21.
Just wasted a natural 20 on a joke. Did you say 21?
21.
All right. So you start to head towards the W and the S, and you turn away, and you occasionally have to cast another sacred flame to burn up and keep those vines from hitting at you. You do notice as you get to a certain point, and you're almost to the W and the S, that you see like this very low-hanging yellow mist in the ground. You hear that same rustling noise of some larger creature uprooting itself. As you are very close to catching up with Wiswick and Scarlet. On your next turn, you can choose to, if you succeed in your next turn, you'll be united with them if you decide to keep going after them.
Okay, and then seeing that the miasma, as we like to call it, he's gonna try to cloak up with that cloak that Timber got him back in Timberville, whatever.
Okay. Absolutely. You wrap the scarf around your face to keep these miasma from affecting you. All right, back to Scarlet. Wiswick is with you now. You heard an uprooting sound, a large, that the corpse flower coming out of the ground behind you. You hear the clashing of Cal and Broman in the distance, but you are together, so you can do your skill checks with advantage now.
Cool.
Cool.
I can't see anything that right here. This. I need to see what's going on. And she's going to try to climb all the way up the hedge to get like an aerial view to see who's close.
Okay.
So
Give
that
me
would
an
be-
acrobatics check.
To emphasize the advantage, I just point her in the safest hedge that I don't like. That one doesn't smell like it's gonna hurt you.
Well, I rolled a 3 and a 4. So
Oh
14.
no!
Okay, so as you're climbing up, you hear Wiswick say, "Avoid the smelly ones," and you get distracted, and you stick your hand into the hedge, and you see one of those red-petaled flowers completely latches down onto your arm. I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw,
Okay.
and that is a failure.
Dex saving throw.
Mhm.
13.
13. Okay, you fall,
Cool.
but you're hanging there
Cool.
because it's holding onto your arm, and you feel the grating of teeth, serrated teeth on the flesh of your arm, ripping at your skin, and it's like
Oh God. Why?
slowly sucking your arm in, and you take 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
All right, Timber. It is not your turn yet, but it is the turn of the creatures around you. As you see these 3 zombos, these 3 undead creatures start rushing towards you, and they are all 3 going to try to bum rush you, and each go for an attack on you. All right. Too many things in my dice tray. All right, so that is a dirty 20, an 18, and an 18. All 3 hit. Okay. I wasn't sure in the 18s. Okay, so that is 3 points of bludgeoning damage, 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and 5 points of bludgeoning damage. So 12 points of bludgeoning, or 13 points of bludgeoning damage. as these 3 very rotted corpses, like they've been here a long time. They are mostly skeletal, with these dregs of flesh that fall off immediately as they run, essentially turning them into just skeletons when they get up to you and start to claw at you and try to drag you down. But that is their turn. Cal, you are up.
All right. This guy is pissing me off. He moved up to me, right?
Yep, he is within 5 feet of you.
Well, then I'm going to take a step back again, outside of his locust pile.
Okay, that is a dirty 20 to hit.
That is my AC.
Okay, so that is 9 points of slashing damage and 2 points of poison damage.
I'll just take that then. And then I'm attacking.
Go for it.
Thanks, Sean. You're a great DM. How's a 22?
That'll hit.
Okay, my D&D Beyond just went down. Give me a second.
No problem.
Okay. I can remember my numbers. It's 14 points of damage.
Nice. Okay.
And then I'll follow it up with a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
It's only 12 damage.
Okay. Okay. All right.
The
So
way
this.
you said that doesn't make me feel great.
So as you strike out at him as he's sort of done this slow, really creepy walk towards you as these insects buzz around you, you wrap the blade around one arm and pull, and you actually rip one of his hands off, and then slash the blade across his chest. Just at this point, his rib cage cracks open, and you can see
More locusts?
more locusts pour out of it. And that's anything else, Cal?
Yeah, you know what? I'll just action surge. I'm tired of this man with locusts. I'm done with this guy here. And I'm gonna do everything I can to decapitate him here. Yeah,
Okay.
that'll fucking play. How's a 27?
That'll hit.
Okay. Want to make it a disarming attack
Take that other hand.
to get that extra D8 of damage here, and we're gonna call that 21 damage shot.
How do you want to do this?
Lovely. Okay, so I'm gonna step back, like with that motion. I'll come back in. It'll take his other arm off at the shoulder, and then it'll go up and around, and then on the backswing, it just like Mace Windu and Jango Fett, just right across the top of his head, and it's just over.
Absolutely. Right as you see his chest crack open and a new swarm of locusts coming out of his rib cage, you exactly like you did it. Nope. And you bring the prongs of the black up, and they just slice through his arm cleanly, and then whip around to decapitate him. That last creepy look on his face as his head goes rolling back into the hedge maze.
And then
His sun catches.
silhouette shot. I stamp on the last locust as they all flee. Like
Oh
one
yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah. The locusts start to scatter into the sky as his corpse falls back, and you can see kind of this cluster of them in the center of his rib cage that cracked open, and you just stomp right on it and just crack it, and you hear that, like, even though bugs don't make that noise, they kind of squeal in pain and death,
Yeah.
like they do in the movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crack of the exoskeleton.
Exactly, yeah. All right, Broman has been defeated, which leaves Cal able on his turns to try to find you as well.
No, I'm just gonna stay here and try to get rid of all these. If there's locusts in my like coat or whatever.
Yeah, right. Like you're just shaking
No,
your
no.
cloak, and they're buzzing out. You feel something bite you on the side. Timber, you are up. There are 3 zombies on you right now, with a massive corpse flower about 20 feet away from you.
Can I disengage?
You can absolutely.
I'm going to disengage.
Okay.
I am no longer engaged with them. And we're getting a divorce. Yes, I'm going to run in whatever direction that no danger is.
You could definitely do so, and you can see the Wiswick and Scarlet sign up above. All right. Do you want to just try to find that?
Yes. No. Yep. It's-
Okay. All right. Give me a survival check, unless there's something else you want to do.
No, I'm using my action to disengage, so I imagine he's mostly focusing on that. So I will not flavor or, do a rogue, aka try to do everything in a single turn.
Yeah. You're not going to jump on the corpse flower's back?
Okay. All right, Sean. How's a 15?
DC was a 16.
It's not going to make it. It's not going to do
No.
Okay.
Timber. You start running. You are panicked. There are more monsters than there should be in this maze here in your mind. As this entity has risen up and is chasing you now, and you can hear it's that quick whipping pan shots of you as you're running, the shaky camera following you along the hedge maze, turning with you in that really aggressively precise way, as you just hear the sounds of these zombies chasing after behind you, and the occasional as that corpse flower is now moving out of its grove, chasing after you. And I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw as a few vines try to trip you.
13.
You say 13?
Yes. I rolled a 6.
Okay. Just make it.
Oh my god.
As these vines go, and you actually do trip off of one of them, but you do that tripping fall where you push yourself back up with your hands, and for a moment you actually go into like a wolf pounce as you fall to the ground on all fours, and then lift yourself back up and start running as fast as you can, hearing these horrifying zombies behind you and this corpse flower.
As a bonus action, he's gonna start screaming people's names. Scarlet!
Wiswick, you're up. Scarlet is hanging from the side of the hedge with her arm entire up to her elbow is inside the mouth of this corpse bloom.
Get it off!
Yeah, so I'm going to... I don't know if...
This maze is great.
If I were to attack the flower,
Sorry.
is that still a skill check, or would
No,
I just...
you can take initiative actions in this too. So if you're fighting, it doesn't go towards your success numbers. It just goes towards survival, essentially.
Gamer says keep rolling good rolls, but I gotta save Scarlet, so we're gonna go with a modified poison spray. Gonna make it fire damage.
Because I'll say you can make this a skill check to free her, by using your magic, but the determiner is the skill check.
So yeah, just to work with that, maybe I'll do some sort of thing with alchemical casting, where I'll use the poison spray in a fashion that's like bug spray or something like that. We'd be gone.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So go ahead and give me either an give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Another 19. That's a 30.
Good, because it was a very high DC, and good for Scarlet because she gets to keep her arm. As Wiswick, you take out that alchemical potion and you wave your hand, and some arcane sigils move around it as the inside of the liquid shifts to a red color and then is unleashed out of the bottle. And Scarlet, it smells horrible. You're gagging, but it's it's not humanicide. It's planticide, or whatever you'd call it, vegicide. And it you see the petals start to wilt back and away as it slowly lets go of your arm, and your arm drags out of its mouth, covered in this acidic saliva and like just serrated cuts in your arms from the teeth, as it hurts as you fall out of it, but you collapse down to the ground as Wisvik has succeeded on
I
that
hate
check.
this maze.
Careful, that was a fluke. I don't know if I could do that again.
Oh, I'm not climbing anymore. Let's go.
You both start to run, and you hear, as you're running, you hear the last gasps of Cal as he's slashing across this guy's chest and arms and cuts off his head, and you both arrive and see Cal as he stomps on the chest of Broman that you can now see is ripped open. As you can see, these locusts are flying away, and Cal is just like but you are with Cal now.
You made short work of that.
I don't like this place.
I don't either.
This man was locusts.
That's gross.
Right? I hate this. I start. It's not my turn, but
Huron, you are up.
Alrighty then. Can I head towards that WS?
You can.
Cool.
is it a
Strategize.
WSK now?
Nope, guess not.
That was directed towards you,
Dirty
Clay.
20.
Dirty 20. Okay. Huron, you find yourself at a T of the hedge maze, and you can see down one way. You can see up in the sky. You can see the W, an S, and potential K. Down the other end, you can see running towards you is Timber. More panicked than you've ever seen him before. As you can hear behind him, the sounds of undead creatures rushing. And you hear those, and you can see the hedges are kind of like rustling in the distance, as you can hear just faintly. As Timber, you see
Go,
Huron
go,
at this
go,
point.
go, go, go!
So I can see the zombies.
Mhm.
All
I'll
right,
say, Huron, you can use your success either to help Timber or get to Scarlet and them.
we're gonna help Timber.
See ya.
And how I imagine Kieran would do this is now that Twilight Domain has its official Tasha's
Yeah.
Cauldron, he's gonna use one of his new domain spells, and he's gonna take out his reliquary and do some shit or whatever, I don't know, and he's gonna be like, Moonbeam!
Great role play.
Yes.
As he casts a moonbeam right behind Timber so that the zombies are caught within it. They need to make a con saving throw, DC 16.
All right.
What a good spell.
Moonbeam
What a
is
great
spell.
choice.
What is their con? +3. Okay.
Oh, well, it's just a 5-foot radius for the moonbeam.
Due to the skill check nature of this,
Okay, cool.
I'll let it hit all of them. But
It's a radius, so
yeah, exactly. It's
Then
5.
total?
Yeah.
You're right,
Two
right
of
down the
them.
middle.
2 of them fail. One of them succeeds.
All right. They're still gonna take the 2d6. It's just they're halved for the success. So 16 for the fails, 8 for the success, and that's radiant damage
Say that again. 16 for the
for the fails.
fails. Okay.
8
And then okay. Cool.
radiant.
Radiant damage. Excellent. So what I'll say is 2 of the 3 die. As you see this radiant moonbeam. Great spell for
I know,
getting
right?
on, yeah.
How did they miss that the first time around?
Right.
Last time, 8.
As you see almost like a patch of the sky darkens to night above, as this radiant beam of moonlight shoots down like a cannon and just obliterates 2 of the zombies that just completely turn to ash, as the third one just sort of like all the flesh is ripped from its body. It's just a skeleton now that's cracked all over and singed as it's just barely moving forward. One leg is just dragging on the ground as it's like towards Timber as he's running towards Curon. But Timber, it's not going to be able to catch up to you with how much it's been crippled by the moonbeam. Okay. Scarlet, you are up.
Okay.
All right. So for my skill this time, I'm going to listen for Timber and Kieran, and when I hear them, I'm going to just shout in their direction, just like calling their name.
Okay. I'll say this is not don't have to roll a skill for this. This is just going to help their skill roll be with advantage.
Okay.
All right, Cal. Is there anything you want to do at this point?
I'd like to search this man.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
I'm not too great at this. Especially not too great at this one. It's like a 4.
Okay.
No, it's a 3.
Even better. Cal, you go to start investigating this man's body. And as soon as you touch his armor to kind of lift him up and search through, his flesh all melts away, revealing that he is not a human at all. Revealing kind of like this fiendish figure underneath that has no skin, just exposed flesh all over. You can see bone and muscle and tendon as there seems to be a glamour that completely removes away. As you can see these 2 green horns coming out of the bones. The bones themselves are all a sickly green color beneath the red, bloody mess that is the flesh of whatever creature Roman really was. As you see, it starts to shift over and over again. The face, the muscle structure, and you can just barely make out what it is. Roman. A face you don't recognize because you didn't talk to them. And
Did it have tattoos on it?
no. Well, there's no skin. And then a third face that you don't recognize. But you can tell there's some sort of like whatever was this creature killed those people and was taking on their personality to influence the town.
All right, so I drop him disgustedly and wipe
You
my
got
hand.
bugger all.
Just blood splatters across the ground.
I go, either of you ever seen anything like this?
Oh shoot, I'm there. Oh! Have I seen anything like this before?
Definitely not.
Nope.
Well,
Okay.
this man was locusts, but also I guess this thing. I don't. Fuck this town. Where are the other 2?
You'd be able to hear some. You'd be able to hear some sounds in the distance
that?
of.
Boom. Can we see the beam?
You can definitely see the beam,
Moonbeam.
and you hear Kiran in the distance.
Mine ruts.
All right. Timber, you're up.
He's gonna just for no, he's not. He's gonna look at Kieran and be like, Q, we need to go right now. Thank you for that. And he's gonna grab Kieran's shoulder and like try to turn him to run the other direction. Do you know where the others are? I don't know if he can respond.
Points up to the light in the sky.
I
I believe that will lead us to Wiswick.
Go. And he's just gonna keep pushing Kieran.
Okay.
That's it.
So go ahead and give me a survival roll
With advantage.
with advantage because of
Okay.
the name being called out and the symbol in the sky.
Okay. I've got
WSJ.
advantage. I've got
You have
advantage.
advantage. You have advantage.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I rolled a 1 and then a 6, so I got a 12. There you go.
There we go, folks.
It is bound to happen one day. Today's the day.
Please,
Timber.
Timber hates
on this man.
hedge mages.
This is. I'll chalk this up to your hungover, Timber, because I went to drink the night before.
Okay. Yeah, perfect.
But Timber, so Curon, he pulls you and you start following him, but he's going faster than you. Timber has a much faster speed than you. So he is just darting in and out of the different passageways. You lose him.
Timber.
And Timber, you are alone again and a bit lost. And I'm sorry, but you're going to get attacked by a flower. As one of these corpse blooms comes out
No.
and lunges for you.
So deserved.
Okay, that's an 18 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, I forgot to mention that you were been poisoned this whole time.
Yeah. Oh, right. So,
So everything would have been at disadvantage.
Yeah. Well,
All right, so that is-
it would have neutraled out, but the first one I rolled was
Yeah.
a natural 1 anyway. So
Yeah. All right, so you're gonna take 6 points of slashing damage, and 4 points. Or no, that's not. No, it's just 6 points of slashing damage. But I do need you to give me a either a Dex or Strength saving throw.
that's gonna be a Dex. Oh my god. It's a 15. So I've got a
Okay.
22.
All right, so it doesn't suck your arm in like it did
Oh,
to Scarlet.
great. That's
You are
really-
able to rip your arm out as it did try to consume your arm as Scarlet did. But you kind of like you pull your arm out as the flower just sort of blooms and kind of pulls back towards the hedge. But you kind of turn around and look around, out of breath from running so much, and you're alone again.
Get on. No shit.
All right, Wiswick, you are up.
Okay. I guess I'm going to head towards the light. I mean, where's our general location using Jet? Are we closer to the center than they are, or are they on the way?
Give me a perception check for Jet.
Okay. 17 total.
17 total. Okay, so you can spot where Curon is. You cannot spot where Timber is. And you can also spot where the center of the maze is. And you can see that if you head towards Curon, he's like on the way towards the center of the maze.
Okay, guys, I've got us a route. Let's go pick up Curon and head to the center. And I start rushing off in that direction.
Do the other two of you follow? It's kind of loose on the rules here. All right.
Yes.
I'm gonna
So you-
keep keeping an eye out for Timber as we're going.
I'm gonna be keeping an eye out for Locust Men as we go.
There's actually 7 other locust men in this maze. No, you start to rush through. You are dashing to and fro. You reach a dead end. You move. Wiswick goes into the eyes of Jet and you start moving. Wiswick, give me a Arcana check.
Sure. Oh, yeah. I'm rolling pretty good, though. 12 plus 11 is 23.
23. Okay. All right, so that is 1 success for that crew. You three now, all your successes go together, and whenever you're together, your successes are joint. Curon, you're up.
All right, so Timber's gone. Where'd my sweet baby dog go? Do I have any idea where he might have gone?
You
I'm
know
going
what
after
direction
Timber.
he ran in, so you could feasibly try to do a survival check to find him.
Okay. Real quick, we're just gonna use that moonbeam to finish off the last zombie.
Won't even have you roll it. I won't even have the zombie roll it. That zombie obliterated.
Okay.
Because Moonbeam's concentration, so you keep it
yes.
up when you're.
Yep, and I can move it every turn 60 feet.
Bonus action, yeah.
Excellent. All right,
Actually,
so
I think it's a
keep
regular
that.
action.
Oh,
So
really?
you can,
Yeah.
I'll say for the sake of this skill challenge, you can keep it
Right.
close to you as you're moving.
Right. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. Yeah, we're gonna look for Tim. All right, that's inside the cat ears. Oh, I wish. 6.
That is not a success.
Oh, you don't say, Sean, huh?
As Kieran, there are, you see, due to your proximity to the corpse flower, there are 2 corpse blooms that sprout out to attack you.
Can I just continue moving the moonbeam?
I would allow that.
Just like a laser that just sights through them.
I would allow that. First one misses. The second one is a 15, which I think misses also.
That's my AC.
So that is that just hits. That's technically a So that'll be 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And I need you to give me a strength or dexterity saving throw.
Strength. And a natural 20 for 22.
All right, so it starts to lift you up and pull you off your feet up the hedge as it starts to devour your arm, but then your moonbeam just and slices through it, and you just fall out of it and down to the ground, freed from its grasp. All right. That brings us to the top of the order with Scarlet.
Okay. As we're making our way through the maze, anytime that like something jumps out or it looks like it's going to hinder our path, I'll just be constantly like produce flaming it just to keep it at bay.
Okay. You can do I'll say you could do a survival check for this, or an arcana check.
Survival.
Okay.
Advantage, because we're together, or no?
Yes, because you're doing that.
Oh. 8.
Okay. That's a fail.
Yeah.
Um,
Can I multiply it by 2?
no. All right, so Scarlet, you are starting to see. Yes, there are vines coming out, but your flame is keeping them at bay. You rush around a corner. Wiswick just is moving quickly, and he just completely walks underneath a corpse bloom that's sticking out. Just because it just completely passes it, but you are face first into it, and it is going to go for an attack on you.
Good.
You also start to hear the sound of creatures clawing underneath at the base of the hedge, where it's it's less of the briar and more of the roots. As you can see beneath you, the arms of skeletons grasping from underneath, trying to grab at anything and drag themselves out of the ground. But there are roots writhing through them, so they can't really move and they can only grasp. So you need to also give me a dexterity saving throw while this thing's attacking you.
Is it just a straight roll?
Dexterity saving throw.
Yeah. Good.
So that is a 15 to hit for the corpse bloom.
Missed, and I rolled a 23 for my dex saving throw.
All right, so you have a moment where you're like, fuck, and you are terrified, and as this thing comes to envelop you, it's like going for your head, and you move back as it narrowly closes in front of you, stench of corpses coming out of it. As you just narrowly look down with this and step back as these skeletal arms are grasping for you, you can see the face of one of these undead, in the ground, there is a root writhing through its eye socket and down into its skeleton as it's just... And you start to notice they're everywhere in this hedge maze.
Maybe it's a good thing I can't sleep. These things would be giving me nightmares.
Oh, I haven't opened my eyes in 6 seconds.
Huron and Timber, you hear off in the distance the hedge itself seems to be shaking. As you can see, it opening up. Huron, you would see this. Timber, you would just hear it as the hedges almost open up and retract. As you can see the corpse flower, as you just see like 4 zombies slew out of it start running towards you, as it's just sort of like grasping and dragging itself along, this miasma following behind it, and this just acidic acid burning away at the ground as this corpse flower is heading directly towards you, Huron, the hedge maze opening itself up for it. That's the corpse flower's turn. Cal, you're up.
All right, so I got a whole lot. There's a lot of stuff going on around me. Is there any particular enemy that seems to be ootin' a boot and in the mood for a stab?
I'd say you could do similar to Scarlet, where you can use the prongs of the black to try to hack away at things to keep them from attacking you.
I would like that.
So you can give me a survival check with advantage.
Thank you for the advantage, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
As that became an 18 instead of a 2.
That is a success. So collectively, your group has 2 successes at finding your companions now. 1 more and you will find them. Timber. What would you like
Yes. I would like to run for my life.
Give
I
me a
would
survival
like to
check
run
at
for my life.
disadvantage.
I'd
I'd say you can run towards the Wiswick's
Or-
flare initials in the sky.
I should say Timber would also keep a lookout for where Huron is first.
Yeah, so Timber, you would hear that, so I'm going to ask you to give me a choice to either try to reunite with Huron or find the rest of the party.
Timber would make sure Huron is okay, so Timber would go after Huron.
And
Isn't there technically a beam of moonlight?
Yes. So I mean, he can easily find you. He needs to choose though,
Okay.
who he's going to run
We're
towards.
going to go after
Because
Huron.
you're essentially in the middle of them. Like they're heading towards Huron, and you're in between. So I'm
Huron-
going to allow you to do an acrobatics check, just because I want you to succeed.
Okay, well, it's still a disadvantage, right?
Is it this? It's still a disadvantage, but
I'm still
is
drunk.
it better? And yeah, Timber, this is a bad day for you.
Alright, okay, hold on. The first one's a 17. Okay, let's see what the second one is.
Okay.
Alright, here
Okay.
we go. Ah! Next one's a 19! Okay, alright, so that's a 24.
Okay. That is your first success.
Oh
Timber.
my god. Can I describe it?
Yes, you absolutely can.
Alright, so I'm going to, Timber has the first conscious thought in his mind, and he's gonna be like, alright, I'm gonna look above everything else, and he's going to take out the immovable rod, and mage hand it up in the sky, and then jump and grab it, and then look above and see where Huron is. And then while perched up on it, he's going to disable it after making vision of where he is, and then make a route to him.
Yeah. So the rest of you would see this actually, because you are close enough that you would see suddenly this shadowy orb lift a rod in the air, and you can see the shadowy form of Timber leaping up and grasping onto it, very dexterous and acrobatically. You spot Huron easily enough with the moonbeam. You also see the corpse flower moving through the maze towards him. You are able to swing yourself acrobatically off of the rod as it's released. You land on the top of the hedge, and you wolf gallop across it, leaping from hedge to hedge as these vines grasp at you, but you avoid them entirely or bite at them and rip them out as you lunge forward and land directly next to Curon as the corpse flower is there.
You're back.
I'm sorry. Let's go. Come on.
4 failures. I had to give this success. In the All right, so Curon and Timber, you are reunited. Wiswick, you are up. Succeed
right.
here, and you will reunite with the full party. Will be reunited.
Okay, I'm gonna keep up with the same thing I've been doing the whole time. I'm gonna say we'll keep with the nature check because I don't really need to cast spells right now. It's just fast and efficient blazing through the maze.
Absolutely.
18 plus 11.
That
29.
is a success. Can you please describe how you come upon your allies?
I see that there's a path in front of me that looks like it's impassable. Like there's just like a bunch of vines growing out in different ways, and it seems tough to get everybody over it. So I deftly jump up and bounce off of one of the wiggling vines, and it gives me like a little bit of what's called height, and I get a little bit of like air in this sky, like just to see right over the hedge, and I spot a pair of dog ears, and I yell and say, "Guys, over there!" And just lead them through the rest of it and reunite and go for an Operation Double Stuffed to jump on Timber's back.
All right. So Timber, you've landed next to Curon. Curon, you were distracted by this entity heading towards you as Curon lands beside you. You united. You gain a little bit of inspiration from seeing your allies, but then you hear Wiswick's voice behind you saying, "Guys, there they are!" As you turn back and you see Wiswick almost clamber into the vines on one edge as he's rushing towards you, Scarlet and Cal in tow, burning and slashing away any vines, attacking you as you all are reunited at this point. As you can see this large corpse flower heading in your direction, the hedges moving away from it. You can see there, it's directly ahead of you. There is a path to your left that leads deeper into the maze. What would you like to do?
Run.
Yeah, Curon will redirect his moonbeam to go sit on top of it and then start down that other path.
Nice. All right. So as you all kind of take a second to breathe in and look and see, we're all together. Fuck yeah. But like, Scarlet, your arms ripped apart. There's, blood and guts and zombie pieces all over you all. Cal is covered in blood and locust guts. Wiswick's relatively clean. But you look as Curon's moonbeam just sort of like a plasma beam just moving across, hits this creature as you see it starts to burn away some of the corpses that are on the corpse flower. And then you see something you didn't expect as you see a golden light beam out like a arc of lightning forward towards the creature as it pierces it in the side, penetrating it against the hedge wall. As you can see, that beam of light is now a spear. As you hear shouting in the distance, for Wiswick and Curon, a familiar, half hallucinating voice of Ulf, "For Adria!" as he's rushing forward and grabs the spear and pushes it into this corpse flower. As he's got his half armor, it's still kind of like mishmash across him, but he pushes it into the corpse flower. As you can see, a few axes are thrown and hit into the corpse flower. As you see, Striga is there as well. And a familiar sight is you see Jack casting Hellish Rebuke on this creature as flames lick all around it. As Ulf looks across and makes eye contact with you with a toothy grin, that glittering silver beard, yellow eye, full plate armor at this point. What do you want to do? Do you want to keep running?
No, I'd turn and either
yeah.
help them if they need it, or wait for them to finish if they don't.
So, I'm just going to give you all 1 round of attacks on this thing.
Okay.
We'll go with the initiative order because they've kind of pinned it down. Scarlet, you're first.
Okay. So now that they've pinned it down, I'm just going to go up to it. And this is like one of those things that was trying to eat my arm before, right? Or was
Something
it
you're realizing right now is that this entire hedge maze is probably the corpse flower.
Cool. Regardless, I'm just gonna go up and with my not chewed up hand, which I was holding my left arm, but I'm gonna say it was my right arm, and I'm going to stab it into
Okay.
it. That is a 21.
That'll hit.
And I get sneak attack, right?
Yes, you do.
Yay! Okay, 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 12. So 20 points of piercing damage.
Very nice. All right, so you rush forward and invigorated by the presence of those you've met in the town who have come to your aid. You strike at this corpse flower. Its mass is heaving above you. It's much more frightening up close. As you can see, it is this writhing mess of roots and vines that slither in and out of an innumerable amount of corpses, with these large blooming red flowers on the top of it.
Bonus action disengage. And back up.
Okay. Cal. Timber
From
on deck.
10 feet out,
Mhm.
I'm going to attack this monster. And it's going to be 24.
That'll hit.
Excellent. That would be a 15 damage.
Okay.
And low, a 24 again
All right, a hit.
for 13 damage. 12 damage. 12 damage.
12 damage. Okay. All right. You come up as Scarlet starts to slink backwards. You kind of blade out, moving backwards, dashing back. You come forward, whip the prongs of the black across it. You cut open what looks like a side, just sort of like vesicle of it, as you see kind of an entire zombie corpse slip out from it as you've cut open, as the creature's clawing up at you, but you quickly stomp on its head as you bring that second slice up across the corpse flower. Timber, then Wiswick and Kieran.
So Timber is gonna be like, ah, shit, why? And then, and he's gonna turn around, and he's going to point his glove in the direction, and then be like, come on, work, and then he's gonna slap it one more time, and then it's gonna explode in his hand, and he's gonna fire backwards, chain lightning.
Excellent. What kind of saving throw is that again?
It's a Dex 15.
It's 15. Okay. Right. That's a 14. So go ahead and roll that max damage.
Oh my god. Okay, sorry. I always forget what this is. 10d8. Okay.
And then roll that d20 to see if it sizzles out.
Yeah. That is 53 lightning damage, and
Nice.
that it also goes to 3 other targets.
Okay, so I'll say
What?
it generally, as it's like releasing zombies, it's going to those zombies, and every zombie that it releases, it's just fried to a crisp by this chain lightning.
Okay.
And you can see that the hedges around are singed as well, and kind of barren actually, like this fully ripped through them with how powerful it was.
And
Cal
Timber,
fly- Cal.
no problem. Timber's flown back 5 feet.
Oh, absolutely.
And
I
is
love it that
and
we
is prone.
didn't. I love that it's not part of the item, but we've agreed that that's what happens every time.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I also love the idea of Timber just being, go.
Go.
Go. Your D20 to see if it
Yeah, I
disintegrates?
got a 6, so we're okay.
All right, it's still good. All right, this creature is starting to barely be able to hold itself together. Wiswick, you are up. Curon, you're on deck.
Boom. Boom, boom. Sorry, that was in character.
Hi. Yeah. I'm glad that my mic was muted so we could catch that. Wiswick is going to use a modified poison spray like before, except this time he's going to use a psychic spray. It's going to be a spray that infects the mind of the creature, and it's going to make the corpse flower see a terrible illusion of farmer gnomes with sickles and little spades, and they're coming to attack.
All right, what's the saving throw? Or is that an attack roll?
Charisma saving throw, and I
Oh.
just rolled damage,
That's a
and
good
it's
one
looking
for a
good.
corpse flower. That's a good one for a corpse flower. Yeah, that's a 5.
Okay, wonderful. The DC was much higher than that. 18 psychic damage.
All right, it is still up. As you see, the creature seems to, like, there's no face on this creature, but you could just tell by its behavior that it's trying to push itself away. As you can see, its, like, tentacles are slamming against invisible gnomes, trying to wipe them off of it, as it's trying to, like, push itself through the hedges, as in its mind there are 50 Zvirfneblin with hoes and rakes and shears just going at it, and it's just having the worst psychic day of its life. It's never thought about its existence before until now.
Wiswick's chanting, "Get off our lawn! Get off our lawn!"
as the creature hears a chorus of 50 gnomes saying, "Get off our lawn." Huron, you are up.
We're just gonna bring that moonbeam over, just keep it going while it's going, and just double down. I mean, I can't, but he's like, burn this heretic plant to the ground, O Crescent Heart.
Okay. And what kind of saving throw is it again?
Town. 16.
All right, that is a 15.
Okay, so what?
Woo!
So full damage.
16 points of radiant damage.
Moon blasted to death.
It is so close to death.
Sorry, 17 points of radiant. 18? 19? How many is he gonna fucking take? I can do 20.
What you see now is the creature is falling apart, essentially at its seams. You can see tentacles are slamming out wildly within, a 20-foot radius around it. Cal, I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Well, Sean, that's a 16.
First, you
I've
kind of
rolled
sounded
10
like
and 11 like 17 times today.
you kind of sounded like, to me for some reason, John Lennon there. Well, Sean. All right, so
Well,
that
Sean,
Cal, that
time
is.
to write a new song. Maybe it's one of the. Maybe we'll do one of those shitty Christmas ones they wrote.
Well, I think that was rather grand.
Ringo isn't even the best drummer in the Beatles.
For some reason, when I was young, my
That's
brother
its
had
Yoko?
weird recordings of the Beatles that were like basement tapes, and one of them was of Hey Jude that was like all acoustic, and
It was just them fucking around.
it was just them fucking around. And then the end, John just goes, "Well, I think that was rather grand," and it just ends. That is 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are hit back 10 feet. The same
Rude.
thing happens to Ulf as you see him get knocked back as the creature is kind of in its death throes, trying to swipe at anything around it, at the 50 gnomes all over it. As it is slowly, you can see this building green light inside of it, as it then starts to pierce through the vines, and then you hear it start to shake and rumble as it just erupts out. The gas and spores and miasma filling the maze all around it. I need everyone to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Do I get advantage for having that cloak up?
I'll say yes.
Is it magic? So I can have advantage too?
It is not magic. All right, Scarlet.
16.
Fail.
Fuck.
I also got a 6.
Fail.
18?
Success.
Ooh, 18 as well.
Okay.
And
All
a
right.
dirty 20 from Tim.
Those of you who failed, you take 11 points of poison damage. Ulf succeeds. Jack succeeds. Striga doesn't. As Striga takes that 11 points as well. Those of you who failed are also poisoned for the next hour.
Oh.
Timber, you're starting to come off your poison, so it's a good thing you succeeded. Wait, did you fail or succeed?
I succeeded.
Okay, cool. All right, so the gas starts to settle down as you can see every now and then one of these corpse blooms ushers out of the hedge and goes to attack one of you, but then like slowly withers away as it goes and tries to... And they're all coming out now, as if whatever was hiding in this is all retching out, trying to make one last gasp for breath and food, as they all just sort of crumble down and wither as the entire hedge maze dies, and all the plants and all the greenery starts to turn to ash all around it, as you're now within an entirely
Just left in a
skeletal,
courtyard.
petrified. Yeah, it's still there. Like the actual woodery of it, so to speak, is still like petrified all around you, but you can see right through it. So it's very weird though, because it's you're used to just having a pure wall of leaves, but being able
I
to,
thought
like,
it was going to
weirdly
be
see through
funny if you got rid of it all and we're just standing in like a 60-foot by 10-foot fucking square or rectangle.
Yeah, right.
It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like you guys have been like within like 10 feet of each other the whole time.
Yeah.
No, it all starts to wither away as you can now see the clear path towards the center where the crypt is. You can see a old ruined fountain there. You can see the tall mausoleum that is the head of the crypt of the Linden estate.
I'm going to nod to the 3 folks that came to help us and go, what the hell do you have going on in this town? How many different, like, epic monsters are there just snoping around this fucking place?
You watch as the roots of the corpse flower start to wither away, and at the center is just this blackened skull, this blackened human skull. It seemed to almost be the core of the corpse flower.
I'm gonna go check that out.
Oh, I was going to smash it.
As you go to smash it, Karen's like, wait, Cal, one moment. I like to inspect it for any kind of symbols or iconography.
As you start to inspect that, what's everyone else doing?
Timber's gonna burp really loudly, letting out the last of his fire breath, and then you watch as it like.
Cal's going to look with worry at that.
Scarlet just trying not to throw up.
Wiswick is trying to quickly, he's following Cal, trying to quickly get the key from him that he required from Jack, because he's nervous about, he keeps putting his hat down and he doesn't want Ulf to see him as he is.
Oh,
So-
sewer disguise, yeah.
Yeah, so he's just like trying to like be inconspicuous and just be like, hurry, we gotta get out of here. My cover's gonna be blown.
So go ahead.
This is continuing my earlier statement to them. We fought the faceless witch thing last night, and today we show up and Broman, who we all told works here, he's actually locusts, and then this fucking hedge maze, I guess,
These
which
fucking
honestly was pretty
hedge
tacky.
maze.
It's and hasn't been in fashion for years, but it's fine. It was a monster, like it was its own monster, and I'm just, boy, do I not like your town, folks. Nothing on against any of you.
You're muted, Sean.
An
I
appropriate
can't hear
reaction
you.
from an Enduran about hedge mazes. But you see Ulf is just sort of like collecting himself, getting up. Jack is looking worriedly around and then looks to you, Cal, as you say this. You see Ulf kind of pushes folks aside to get up to you, Cal, and with his spear points at the skull in the ground and just says, Those flowers, that demonic plant, those only spawn from the corpse of a necromancer. That skull is whatever's left of the last leader of the cult of the Mare. As Curon's picking it up and inspecting it. And that's where
That
we're going to
didn't
take a
really
quick break.
address any of my concerns, I say, and then we can take a break.
And then we'll take a quick break. Shannon, if you would like to take away the giveaway.
Yes, I would.
Yes,
All
remove
right.
it. No giveaway.
No. I'm not
Take it away
taking
from them.
No. All right, friends. So we have reached $700. We're actually at $720 now. Yay. Thank you, Hawkmere. So we have unlocked another giveaway. And so we are giving away a full set of these Spellfire Spellbinder Nightfall. That's the one. Spellfinder. Okay, these beautiful
Spellbinder
dice.
Nightfall.
These beautiful dice. Full set. They're made of metal and they're super satisfying to roll. So if you would like a chance to win them, enter Paradice in the chat. No hashtag, no exclamation point, just Paradice. But spell it with a C, not with an S. Paradice. And we will draw that winner when we come back from our break.
Yes, folks, so get your Paradices into chat, and we will be back in 5 minutes at 9:15 to pull our winner. All right, folks, we'll see you in a little bit. Stick around.
Hi.
right now.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back from the break. Thank you for sticking around with us. Shannon has some exciting news and and the giveaway, of course. So,
Yes.
Shannon, take it away.
Yes, we have some awesome news. So before I say the news, if you haven't entered Paradice in the chat yet, no hashtag. Don't listen to Alex. Just Paradice, Paradice. Put that in the chat. Arcade Spectacles just donated $100, so we're at 820, and we get to roll another giveaway, which is for a Jasper's Game Day Dice Vault. So we'll roll that at the end of tonight. So you only have to put Paradise in once. You'll still be on there. But oh my God, thank you, Arcade Spectacles. We are now less than $200 away from our goal of $1,000 for Jasper's Game Day. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. All right, count me in.
All right, get those Paradise in the next 5, 20,
30.
That's not
69.
That's it.
Oh, that's
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ah! Rolling it. That is so perfect.
Karma, it exists, apparently.
Karma, good karma. Yes, Arcade Spectacles, you get this lovely set of Spellbinder Nightfall dice from Die Hard Dice. So I'll send those to you soon.
Congratulations. Once again, thank you so much for donating, Arcane Spectacles. You've already seen immediate returns on your donation. We've unlocked another we've unlocked another giveaway. We will do that giveaway at the end of the night, so keep putting those Paradise in if you haven't already. They will count towards the last one as well, correct, Shannon? All right, so no need to re-enter. If you've already entered, you're good to go. But once the session is over tonight, we will pull the last giveaway for tonight. Unless we get more, which I guess we'll save those for later.
If we hit our goal, we get to give away a code for a legendary bundle on D&D Beyond.
We'll save that for next week.
We'll save that for next week. For sure. I'm gonna tweet about this.
All right, folks. We are back.
And better than ever.
You are
for Christmas this year?
Yeah. Happy holidays from Paradice RPG. Wayward 5. I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on at this point. I've lost control of all of this.
Yes.
Wayward 5.
Keep eating the chaos.
Secretly, Tim just texts me what to do. That's why he keeps predicting everything. I've never played D&D before.
I needed a puppet because I wanted to play.
How can I play and be the DM? I need a puppet. All right, folks. So, Wayward 5. You've just made it through towards the center of this hedge maze. You've defeated the corpse flower, defeated the entity that was posing as Broman. You are now with Jack, Striga, and Ulf, as Curon is investigating the skull at the core of this corpse flower, as Cal is questioning them about their town. Ulf has just stated that these corpse flowers grow from necromancers, and he looks to Cal and says, "These monsters are what is left of the cult of the mare. Whatever created that flower was part of it. And whatever is causing it is deeper in. I feel it."
Well, I guess it's in that crypt then over there that we can maybe see now.
You can...
Yeah, you said we could.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, what I'm saying is you can see it. It's like through the last skeletal vestiges of the hedge maze. You can see the fountain in there. You can also see at this point, Cal, you look and you can spot there are 2 individuals standing by the front doorway of the crypt, presumably Lady Linden and Prim. Curon, can you give me an Arcana check for that skull?
Yeah. That's 17.
So pretty much you're able to confirm with that roll what Ulf has said, that this is likely somehow the cult of the mare buried their leader within this hedge maze. And from the corpses of necromancers often grow these corpse flowers. and it must have been here undetected for a very long time. As you're investigating it, and after he said that, Striga kind of comes up and says,
Alas, poor necromancer. I knew him, Striga, as a man of infinite jest.
she says, the rumors always said that Lady Lyndon's grandfather was a part of the cult of the Mare.
Yes, go on.
I know I never really believed it. The family did a lot to dissuade people from that connection. But this seems to potentially confirm it. If the leader of this cult was buried on their land, on their property.
Now, Sean, is there any markings on this skull?
There are no markings necessarily. It's blackened in a way that doesn't. It's not like rot. It's like corruption.
Okay. Do I still sense lingering magics on it?
Yes. With that roll, I would say you'd be able to tell that if you didn't destroy the skull and just left it behind, it would regrow into another corpse flower.
Okay. Now, I'm going to assume Kieran always has a little bit of holy water on him. So he's going to take some of that out.
I feel like you're probably just capable of making it.
Yeah, I guess.
Well,
yeah, at the end of the day.
I think
give me your canteen. Okay.
I think raw, that would be like the ceremony or one of the spells.
It's
but,
ceremony, I think, creates holy water.
Just
But,
throw a sign of the moon. Call it a day.
yeah, sprinkle a little holy water on it and the magic civilian Vanya.
Stefan, can you perform the somatic ritual of Illyvania?
Oh.
So you watch as Kieran studies it and takes out a vial and sprinkles a little bit of his holy water onto it. None of this happens in canon. He does not do this dance.
Sorry.
And suddenly the corpse flower grows back out of the skull. Eat you all. No, every drop hits and sort of burns away at it as slowly the blackened corruption dissipates, and what is left behind is just bone, old bone that turns to dust in Kieran's hand. As the threat of this corpse flower is eliminated in the long term as well as the short term.
From whence we came, so
We're definitely going to come back to this now.
Yeah, right.
If Cal ever heard the word Stuber Linden again, I'd be like, no, I'll travel 3 weeks out of my way. This town.
Oh, that town we're gonna nuke in the future? Yes. Nuke.
Okay. What do you want to do?
You said we could see two figures by the crypt?
Yes.
Well, that changes things. I would nod in that direction to make sure that everybody could see it, and say, "Well, doesn't look like this is over yet. I hope these people aren't more fucking locusts." I say, I grumble really more to myself as I start walking in that direction.
Do we recognize either of them?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
You
I
would
say
have
to Kieran.
you'd have to get closer because right now you could really just see that there are two people there, because once you get through the maze or push through the brambles and get to the actual exit, you would be able to see them then. But they are just standing out there at this point. You could just tell that there are two people there.
Timber is close behind Cal as he's walking towards the two individuals.
Cal fixes his hat, maybe brushes it off, adjusts it a little bit low because he's trying to be like cool, but also trying to block himself from any future locusts.
Also, Timber doesn't care at this point. He's a full blown fucking hybrid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wiswick's gonna cast Mage Armor if he hasn't already.
Okay, I'll allow that.
Cal relates to the rest of the gang the story of how this man was locusts and what happened.
So he was Locust the whole time.
Cal,
Mhm.
Cal, Cal,
Yes, that sounds awful.
later, please.
What?
Please.
What they needed to know in case we come. These people are locusts. I say as we turn the corner and like look at them.
You
Are you
turn the
locusts?
corner, and you can see the courtyard of the mausoleum or the crypt. You can see the crypt is, it's a what looks like a one-room main floor of the crypt. It's open air, so you can see there are pillars that come around, and there are steps that lead down into the crypt. It is raised up slightly. It has a domed roof above this overhang with a point at the top. You can actually weirdly see in the back of the crypt is sort of a half circle in the back that has all stained glass looking down into the actual crypt below. So on a bright day, there are the stained glass lights coming into the crypt. It is a very simple courtyard. There is a very old fountain in the middle that has stagnant water in it. That is rife with algae and green and gross. You can see now that the two figures are not both standing. One has somewhat collapsed into the arms of the other one. As you can see, a half-elven woman, you can tell by the ears, with long black hair with streaks of gray in it, with leather worker clothes in, artificer attire, really, alchemist attire. Sleeveless, you can see these blue tattoos all along the arms, full sleeves that show similar Triskelion-like tattoos across. As she is holding a woman who is in a tattered gown, who seems lifeless in her arms. As you can hear low weeping coming from the half-elven figure.
I approach with my sword drawn and caution slowly. I'm not like running up there. All right, let's just settle this now. If you're some kind of strange locust being, let's just fight it out now. We don't have to talk about it or anything.
Kieran kind of pushes past him and goes, Are you the one they call Prim? The alchemist?
You see the woman slowly falls to her knees with the Lady Linden in her arms, kind of sinking down, the weeping growing heavier, and she's bowing her head. You can see the doors to the crypt are open. There's just shadow in there. Down, like, you look down and can see the stairs lead down to a door that's open, and it's just pitch blackness in there. Two torches lit on the edge of the crypt. She's just weeping. She looks up and back towards you, Curon. You can see those Triskelion marks on her forehead, blue markings down all across the face. This half-elven woman that you presume is Prim. She just shakes her head at you, kind of numb looking at this point. As you can see, Lady Linden's body seems mostly lifeless in her arms. She's not moving. She's this blank expression. She's just looking off into the distance. If she's alive, she's barely there.
Kieran will rush over, checking for a pulse. And as he does that, he'll say to Prim, If she's been affected by the lights, it appears she's on her last leg. We must get down there and stop whatever is affecting this town.
Wiswick just leans to the closest person and says, "That's Lady Linden."
Oh, is it?
Which is Timber, I'll say.
Is it? Well, yeah. Technically, Wiswick's on my back at this point.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
But he's a hybrid, so he's like, what?
Prim looks to you, Curon, after you say this, and I'll say you do find there is a pulse. It's just very light, very faint. She's wearing an amulet around her neck. That looks.
Prim is, or
no, Lady Linden is wearing an
Steal it.
amulet that looks like the completing mark to
Sorry.
The completing mark to Jack's amulet. Cal has.
Kiran takes out the other amulet and puts it next to it to see what happens. Do they go?
No. There's no magic to it necessarily. But they do complete each other in a perfect way.
He holds it up, looks at Prim, looks at Lady Linden, looks back over his shoulder at Jack, and just goes, Jack, I think. And holds it out towards him.
Jack is kind of just entered in with the Linden crew and kind of looks across and sees this, and he's wide-eyed as he slowly approaches. Like, he has no weapons on him. He was just using his tiefling abilities, really, to fight. As he just steps forward and falls to his own knees beside the two and takes the amulet from you and looks to the nearly lifeless body of Lady Linden.
Timber's gonna walk over with Wiswick while keeping an eye on the two. He's gonna walk over to the entrance of the crypt and kind of get, even though it's like you described it, a magical darkness, he's gonna keep walking towards it to see if he can see through it with Wiswick on his back.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
I don't presume he can, but he's gonna be Wiswick. Can you see what's down here? Do you know what? Ooh, 21.
Before I resolve that, Prim
Right.
looks to Jack, and Prim has got that face of someone who's watching someone they love dearly pass away slowly. She's numb looking. There are tears in her eyes. You've not seen Prim before. All you've heard is this person who might be the bane of this town, maybe even be responsible for all of this. And she just looks like this broken, middle-aged woman, essentially, as she's holding Lady Linden, and she looks to Jack, and she actually holds a hand up and cups his cheek. Just says, I told her not to give you up. I'm sorry this is how you found out. As he just sort of also takes Lady Linden's head in the side of in his hand and just is staring blankly at her as he's slowly starting to cry. My mother. So close.
We can still save her. We can still stop whatever's affecting this town. Prim, do you know what's down there? Do you know what we must do?
We've been trying for the last month to heal her. It wasn't just when she saw the lights, it was before this even started. She was odd. But when she started to lose her memories, she forgot who I was. I said I would do anything. So whatever's down there, her family made a deal with them a long time ago. And they are taking what they are owed. I just wanted to save her. Again. Timber, as you stare into this vacuous darkness, you hear howling wind almost coming out from the tomb and move through you. This gasping, multi-voiced breath. Is it the darkness? The magical darkness dissipates. You see a lone torch in there.
Oh, Vizek.
Hello.
There's another demon in there.
Another demon?
Do we have to go in there? I don't want to go in there. Okay. Look, it's calling for us. Look, it just... Oh my god. It's just... The torch in there. Anyway.
Prim
It's fine.
grasps,
Don't worry about it.
Prim grasps at your shoulder, Kieran, kind of stumbling a little bit as Jack takes her place. Whatever is down there must be responsible for all of this. She will die soon. And she looks you in the eyes, and for a moment she cocks her head. And you will too.
Indeed,
You understand.
I do.
Kieran, what did you understand?
Turning to look back at Scarlet. That we need to stop whatever's in there. And then turning to the rest of them. Because if we don't, the Lady Linden, the townsfolk, Scarlet, myself, we will all perish. And who knows what ungodly being may come from it.
Wiswick.
All right, then.
Just
Cal draws his sword and walks up to stand even with Timber and Wiswick.
Kelleth, did you see that?
Prim, have you been down there before? Do you know what we're looking for? Like, talk straight with me. How many are down there? What does it look like?
She doesn't know, Vizek.
She kind of like collects herself. You know, her eyes stay on Lady Linden and Jack. I've been down there many times with Lady Linden. Wolfric was a bastard. A piece of shit. And I'm glad I killed him. But she did love him. Once. The entire Linden family is down there. And if the stories are true, the old ritual circles for the cult of the Meh that her grandfather ripped this town apart for. We presumed they was all dead, inactive, broken, done. Whatever is down there, it wasn't there several months ago. It all happened. There was a day when we felt what we thought was an earthquake. Bang. And anyone listening, give me an insight check.
$18.
18.
19.
Cal?
I was waiting for Stefan to go because if he said 18, it was going to be really cool.
23.
11.
So everyone but Cal connects a dot. It seems as though the increased activity and danger of this town coincides exactly with the big boom.
The big boom.
You literally put that together 2 seconds before you said it.
So the explosion that Timber's wife halted cracked a lot of the material plane, and now you have evidence potentially much further radius than just in the forest, and potentially even worse after the second explosion, the true explosion that has loosened the veil between worlds, empowering whatever was already plaguing this town and prompting this return of force.
Oh, shit. Alright. I guess I have to clean the Paradice.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe we can destroy the crypt and that would solve things, but it seems like if there's some sort of connection to another plane of existence, perhaps whatever's causing this can just retreat. I think we have to go down there and settle this ourselves.
Right. Okay.
Everyone
Maybe-
give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. We took too long.
So if against being frightened,
Good.
Is
Got
it
my
a
normal rolls back.
Is it
It
a
is
spell?
magical. It is magical.
Yes. Thank God.
Sorry, what did you say, Timber?
Oh no, I said I'm glad I have a good roll.
Okay. Cal, what'd you get?
A 16, sir.
Okay, Timber.
I got a dirty 20.
Mace. Scarlet.
7.
Curon.
25.
Nice. Wiswick.
17.
17. Okay, everyone succeeded except for Scarlet.
You don't
What else
say.
is new?
Scarlet, you take 8 points of psychic damage. The rest of you feel the same sensation, but Scarlet takes damage from it, as it feels like there's claws on glass in your head, as you're all cringing, as there's just sort of this overwhelming force entering your minds. And you hear the voice of Maius, which Kiran you would recognize as the Faceless One, just saying, 1,000 souls were promised. 5 more. Makes no difference. Her soul is already mine and ours. We will settle our deal with the Harbinger, and you will all sleep in a waking nightmare. As Lady Linda begins to scream, a high-pitched scream, Jack kind of is panicking as you see slowly her flesh turns pale and patchy and almost like dry paint peeling off of a wall, as her eyes sink in and the eyes themselves turn to orbs of pale white light. Her hair goes purely white and silver as she floats up into the air, the rags of her dress turning into long shadowy tendrils as she floats above, screaming a wail of a banshee. As everyone needs to roll me initiative.
A literal banshee.
Oh, okay.
That's a natural 20 for a 25.
Boop, boop, ba-doop. Oh, that's off my table. That's, oh my god, I suck at rolling dice. Okay, I need a dice tray. There we go.
All right, we actually have a battle map for this.
We do! That is right!
Sean, where's the fountain, Sean?
Oh my god, where is it? Where'd it go? What happened to it?
Where is the fountain, Sean?
Wow,
Banshees, fasting
There it is.
alone.
My stinky fountain. I love it.
It's stagnant and algae filled.
It's
That
so
wasn't
cool.
a joke. It is. I don't know.
But is there a bridge?
Are you a
That's
bridge?
the real question.
You ever think about that?
Yu-Gi-Oh! I hadn't thought about that, but thanks for asking.
No problem. Give me one. Oh god. Okay.
Ooh.
Oopsies. I screwed up.
So I am using the Bone Devil mini as the Banshee mini.
Yeah, of course you are.
This is actually a bone devil.
No.
Yeah, right. All right, 20 to 25
Me, Cal.
with the 25. All right, anyone else in 20 to 25?
You're muted, Kieran.
Dirty 20 for Kieran. Dirty 20 for Kieran.
All right, 15 to 20 or 15 to 19.
15.
Kieran to the manager's office. Dirty 20 for Kieran.
All right, 10 to 14.
14.
I'm sorry, Sean. I had a 19 in there.
Okay. All right, Cal, you are up first.
Okay. I'm gonna run up onto that what looks to be a sidewalk to me, but I think it's just the base of the crypt.
Yeah. Yes.
To get kind of behind it and past Kieran. Yeah.
Okay.
And we're swinging for the fences, Sean,
Go for it. You are flanking with Scarlet.
with a disarming strike with a 23 to hit.
23 will hit.
That's good. That's, as they say in Caltown, good. Oh, fucking 25 damage, Sean. No, that's wrong. I can do math. 23 damage, Sean.
23 damage. Nice.
And she's not holding any weapons, right?
No, unfortunately.
It's fine.
Okay.
Swing it again.
Okay.
With advantage, thankfully. Yes. 19 hit.
19 hits.
16 damage.
16 damage. Okay. The one thing is she is immune to all the acid damage, actually.
Okay, so 12 damage on that last one.
Okay.
And I don't know.
It's fine, yeah.
Okay.
I'll just modify that. All right. So you rush forward and you slash the prongs of the black up, and they rip through the clothes, the dress tatters. But when it hits the actual essence of her, she's no longer corporeal. She's now a phantom of sorts, as you just see the mist of what makes up her kind of dissipates and then reconstitutes. But you can tell the damage has hit. All right. It is the Banshee's turn now. Lady
Banshee.
Linden's turn now. All right. I need everybody within 30 feet of her, which is everyone, pretty much.
Oh no, I thought I was lucky.
5, 10.
Oh no.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Actually, no. Wiswick, you're the only one who's out of it.
Yeah!
Yeah. Timber, you're just inside of it.
No!
Constitution saving throws.
No!
Luckily, I'm proficient in those. 21 for Cal.
Okay, Cal, you pass.
What's that?
10 for Scarlet.
Jesus Christ, woman. Is it
I
Khan your best stat?
I've
No,
got a natural one for me.
Oh, shit.
Alex, I think, is in a different world. I don't know
Yeah,
what's
Alex,
going on over
something's going on with Timber. Kieran,
11.
you guys are killing me right now. You ever fought a Banshee?
Yes.
Yeah, we're
Is this
dead.
against being
You,
frightened?
A couple weeks ago.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think
Wiswick,
so.
what'd you get?
I thought it was a
there. He said he
roll.
didn't need to.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was distracted by freaking 3 people failing a Banshee whale.
Wait, The whale is to not be fright.
It's not about frightening. It's just a con save against the
Oh.
whale of the banshee. That was a different. This is her first move on her
She's
turn.
spawning an entire whale? Sorry.
Timber, you dropped to 0 hit points. You're unconscious. Scarlet, you dropped to 0 hit points. You're unconscious. Curon, you dropped to 0 hit points. You're unconscious.
Oh no!
It's just a 13 DC, guys. You couldn't pass that.
TPK, baby!
Oh my
Okay.
god!
I see what's going on here.
Oh my god!
It's time for me to go all in. Wait,
This is all Nova's fault.
wait, Sean.
All Nova's
Yes,
fault.
yes, yes,
I
yes.
know it already happened, but is there a possibility of counterspell?
It's not a spell. It's an action.
Damn.
Yeah, I figured.
You can only do it once a day, though. So I guess it got a good once a day for it. But, all right. So you three are unconscious.
Cal witnesses and
Yeah.
goes, "Where's
Yeah, I
Rick?"
guess I'll describe it. I'm sorry, I'm panicked now as the DM. you all hear, like, as she floats up higher, and this wail she unleashes now is not the screech. She just screamed earlier. That was just her screaming. This is the actual violent, angry essence within her, unleashing its otherworldly, necrotic, Shadowfell energy, fed to her by Maius. He is screaming through her as you hear the voice of Lady Linden and the voice of 1,000 stolen souls rushing into your minds, twisting your thoughts, breaking you apart as your entire essence is ripped from your body and you collapse to the ground unconscious. Wiswick and Cal, you see 3 of your companions and...
Yeah, they take some damage.
What about Jack and all of them?
That's who I'm rolling for now.
Lady
Jesus,
Linden
they're all
kills her
there.
son.
Yeah. All right.
Wait a
So, Ulf succeeded. Um,
Yeah.
Good for him.
Old man Ulf coming in hot.
as Jack did fail actually, but Prim succeeded and Ulf succeeded. You see 4 of your companions collapse to the ground, their bodies going limp and lifeless, their eyes open but empty, as you look up at this twisted figure. Curon, give me a death saving throw.
Oh.
Natural
Are you-
20.
Did you say natural 20?
Yeah,
Curon,
that's where I get it.
Curon, you feel the void touch your heart. You feel the presence of the Shadowfell, a deeper wound than even when Maius grabbed you and pulled you into the Shadowfell, as you feel, it almost feels like heartburn, but an existential way. You feel yourself sinking and disassociating. You're losing your memories. You're forgetting everything. Maybe becoming a husk before a light appears above you. And you hear a voice that sounds simultaneously of the caring maternal voice of Ilyvan you heard once before and only once before, and some new stern masculine voice as one. You are not done yet, champion. As your eyes open, as you look around and you see Scarlet, Timber, and Jack unconscious on the ground. Your friends looking around, worried. The Banshee above, ready to attack on its next turn. But that is your turn. Timber, give me a death saving throw.
That's a 5. My god wants me to die.
Timber, you feel the sinking dread all around you as you sink into darkness. A voice in the back of your head, snarling, growling, "Get up! Get up! This is not how a god dies." As you feel overwhelming anger and fury at whatever is ripping your soul from your body, but that voice becomes muffled and muffled and muffled as you sink deeper into the darkness. Wiswick, it's your turn.
Oh, great.
Oh, did you say this is not how a god dies?
Yes.
Okay.
Wiswick is going to go all out. We're dropping a polymorph down. We're going to use alchemical casting, burning a 3rd level spell slot to up the DC to 18. And we're going to go with geez, I don't even know.
I want to go with a killer whale. For some reason, I have a killer whale.
Do it!
No, don't. That is going to
Summon
drop
killer
our
whale.
friends.
Oh, that's amazing.
We're going to do so much bludgeoning damage to our currently death-saving friends.
Please don't. I'm just joking.
I'm trying to
Also,
think
let's
of
hope this doesn't have legendary resistance or anything like that.
I'm just going to go for a rat, because a rat is an easy grab.
Yeah.
Wait, you're gonna summon a rat?
No, I'm going to turn this
polymorph.
thing into a rat.
Sorry.
I'm telling you, Alex is on a different planet right now.
What?
Well, Alex and Timber are just like not. Something's going on.
It works.
over in that room.
All
I
right,
guess I'm probably going to go charisma again, because
okay.
I mean, I don't know what to do. I'm going to go charisma saving throw. I do a tribal jig and make some rat noises, and then shoot a magical beam at it to transform this thing into a rat. DC 18, charisma saving throw.
You got a dirty 20.
Motherfucker! No! Alright, I'm out. Wiswick,
Looks like peace.
he's gonna jump behind those rocks that are right behind him.
So as his magical bolt of energy, I see him do this whole jig, and then a magical bolt of energy goes by and just misses, and I'm just like, "What the fuck was that? Where's the fire? Come on!"
Oops, I accidentally took a picture. All right, Wiswick. Anything else on your turn? There's movement and action.
I have bonus action, but I mean, I don't know what I can do with that. Yeah, I guess it's my turn.
Scarlet, give me a death saving throw.
Okay. 17.
That is a success. Scarlet, you feel yourself sinking into that twisting nether, that darkness again. And then you feel, as you're slowly floating down, a light fading above you, the sense of loneliness ripping into your heart. Some void is before you. Someone should be calling out to you. Someone you love. 2 people, in fact, but they are gone. And there's no comfort here until you hear the voice of Wiswick doing a jig. As you slowly begin to float and ascend, as you hear a similar voice that Curon hears. It is not your time, child. But you know that you're still struggling to get back. All right, it is Jack's turn. He has a death saving throw. Jack succeeds on his death saving throw. Okay. It is Ulf's turn.
Bring the heat, Ulf.
Yeah, right. I've never played a paladin.
I'm gonna guide you all.
My advice: pick the biggest and scariest thing.
Yeah, I know, right?
Just smite him for all the damage.
Yeah, just everything.
Yeah, give me 1 second. All right, so Ulf, you see him looking around. He's entering into what one might call a rage. As he as he looks across, you see, Fiend, you are not Lady Linden. Adria's light will save them. She has to. I will save them. As he rushes and charges forward, he is going to go for a divine smite on this banshee. He is going to do it at 3rd level, giving him an extra 2d8 to it. All right, let's see if he hits. I'll say he gets in flanking with Cal.
Yeah. I mean, you can just walk over those bodies.
Yeah, he's just standing over the corpse of Scarlet. Oh, it's not great.
I'm not
Only-
dead. It's not a corpse.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
only a corpse when they've passed on.
It's corpse light.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
I have
Corpse
speak with
like.
dead, so when she does die, we can
You just
Oh.
keep Scarlet's head and just talk with her every day.
Keep her around as a servitor.
All right, he just hits
Oh
actually.
my God.
So that is going to be 4d8.
Woo!
Stefan, could you have spoke with dead to the skull from the corpse flower? That would have been cool.
I thought about it, and then I was like, I don't want to go there.
For 24 points of radiant damage and 5 points of piercing damage. As you see him rush forward and pierce that spear into the chest of the Lady Linden Banshee, as this massive yellow golden light shimmers out across the entire battlefield, erupting into this wave of holy light that shoots out, healing all allies for 6 points of HP.
Did you just make up that ability?
Yes, but I'm going to say it doesn't affect. But Shannon, I'm sorry, it doesn't affect those who are already unconscious.
Motherfucker.
Am I too far away?
Yeah, you're too far.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
So Timber and Scarlet are still down, and so
Timber
is,
and Scarlet are still down, and so is Jack.
Graham? Jack.
All right. Prim is up at this point.
Wow, Sean, you're gonna make a parent kill her own child? Wow.
Yes, I am.
Wow. Now I know it's in store
Unless
for my
you save
future.
them.
I know it's in store for my future.
Shut up. Yeah. We'll have to put it. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Prim does rush forward to the nearest person who is unconscious to her, which I'm sorry, Scarlet, but it's Jack, because Jack is more important to her.
That's fair.
And she does feed him a health potion to bring him back up.
Nice, good berry.
Brings us back to the top of the order with Cal.
It's time to swing again. How's a natural 20 tickle your fancy?
Oh. Okay.
It tickles it.
I think that's my third one of the night. Well, that's good. And no acid damage?
No acid damage.
Okay. So it's still only 20 damage.
20 damage. Okay.
And again, I shall swing.
Go for it.
For this time, the dirtiest of 20s.
Hits.
Excellent. Boy, I could use a more powerful weapon. 14 damage. No. 6 plus 7 is 13 damage. Thank you.
Okay. All right. You continue to swing, seeing two of your friends still unconscious, unable to help them. The only thing you can do is try to stop what is killing them. As you swing up, and still there's that. It's that you know you're hurting her, but it's just like cascading her form, which reapparates together. It's her turn now.
Does she still seem pretty fine?
No,
She seems
no, it's not her
okay.
turn.
She's
It's
not.
not her turn.
She's not at full strength, but she's okay. All right, who is around her?
Me and Ulf.
You are.
And Prim is close.
Me and
she's
my
gonna-
friends.
She's gonna turn to you, Cal, and reach a hand out
And give you
to
a
grasp
hug.
at your neck.
And show you the love you never received.
Alex, are you okay?
Sorry, yeah,
Right?
fine.
We're in rare form
This is
tonight,
this
man.
is what Timber is saying in his death now. And cast Vampiric Touch on you.
Oh.
Wait, that's a spell? That's a spell? I want to counter it.
It is a spell if you'd like to counter it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Don't waste it. Cal will be fine.
Is it a DC or is it a? Does she have to attack roll?
Well, it depends on if Wiswick is going to counter it or not.
I know, but that will. Never mind. Reminder:
I-
my AC when I want it to be is 20.
Do you want to counterspell it?
No, yeah, I want to
Yeah,
counterspell
please
it.
do. Actually, I'm worried about the way Sean just said. Like, I
Do
think
you
he
want
already
to-
rolled.
Touches a
I think he
scary
already rolled.
spell.
I think he already rolled, but he knows what he's doing.
I don't know if you guys
Very
read that
scary
spell
spell.
yet.
Very scary spell.
No, I don't know magic. You know, I don't know what any of these spells do.
Wiswick, you're casting. What level are you casting counterspell?
3. Third level's counterspell. DC equals 10 plus spells level.
So give me an intelligence roll.
That's for 4 spell or for level 4 or higher.
It is a little
Yeah,
four
okay.
higher.
So spell modifier. Oh, it's 10. Wait, hold on. I don't
The
know.
DC
if
is
I
10, the DC is 10 plus the caster's spell level that you are countering.
It
You're-
was all joking anyway. I got a natural 20.
Oh, you dick. Dick. So, Cal, what you see happens, and this is a moment that's interesting for you, Cal, because Wiswick is just fireballs galore and rarely is doing support. So when, he does in a lot of moments, but this is like a particularly dangerous moment. As she grasps your throat, Cal, and you start to feel this necrotic energy enter into your body to the point where you feel like your life force starts to be pulled from you, and you can see the spectral tendrils of your essence being pulled towards her, and then suddenly you hear from the distance, "Nope!" as it just you feel reinvigorated with your life force as she snarls at you and lets go of your neck as Wiswick has countered her vampiric touch. Huron, you are up. You are prone on the ground with 1 HP.
Huron's gonna, with his glaive, get up to his feet and go, "You poor creature, cursed by Unilivania like magic."
No time! Yells Cal with her hand around his throat.
And he's gonna take out his reliquary, casting Aura of Life,
All right.
which
What does that do?
life-preserving energy radius for you in an aura of 30-foot radius. All right, 30 feet radius. Everyone that I like has resistance to necrotic damage, and its hit point max can't be reduced. In addition, a non-hostile living creature regains 1 hit point when it starts to turn in the aura when it has 0.
All right. So, on Timber and Scarlet's turn, they will start with 1 HP.
Oh, thank God.
Good job. And they have,
Oh,
what you said,
thanks, Dad.
resistance to necrotic, you said?
Yes.
Excellent.
Um,
All right. Anything else?
do I have any bonus actions I can do?
Spirit weapon?
I can't do 2 spells.
Oh,
Do you have a bonus action cantrip?
No, those don't exist.
Okay.
Just one.
But
Timber,
is
you're
it night
on deck.
timeout?
Say that again?
Is it night timeout?
No. You guys
Okay.
got here at midday.
I just want to fly. Alright, that's end of my turn.
All right, Timber, you are sinking down into this depth as the muted voice of the angered spirit within you. God cannot die. And then suddenly you feel the warm caress of Ilyvania that slowly lifts you up, and you feel yourself being rushed up as if being brought up from the depths of the sea, and you suddenly feel the almost like a geyser is rushing you up towards the light, and then you open your eyes as you hear in the back of your mind, "Kill them all." Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Thanks, Sean. Today, of all days, ask you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
At least you're not poisoned anymore.
Oh,
By the way, Scarlet, you're poisoned.
Yeah, I know.
it's okay though. I got an 18.
All right. You feel this growling force within you, but you... I am not your vessel. And you are able to discipline yourself back. You have your full turn. You have 1 HP. You are prone.
Just
Uh,
retroactively, Sean. I rolled for disadvantage on that counter spell, and I got an 18 anyway. So
You're still good.
okay, cool.
Timber's gonna like come to life or regain consciousness and roll into Wiswick. Wherever he is. Oh, wait, no, is Wiswick next to me anymore? Or no?
I'm pretty far back there.
Okay.
I'm in the raft.
Never mind, he doesn't do that. Timber's gonna get up and being confused of what just happened, ringing in his head, thinking he's going crazy. Just fell down and then woke back up. He's going to put Hexblade's curse on the lady.
Excellent.
Lady. How much movement do I have? I mean, I have 45 movement. Oh, I used
So
half
then-
of it. Because is it
Use half of the
25 or is it 20? Is it rounded
I'll
up?
say it
or
is. I'll say it's rounded down to 20.
Okay. All right. So 25 won't get me there, right?
20. Yeah, 25 won't get you there.
Okay. All right, that's fine. I guess. What I will do is I'll just use my action to throw Inkswell at it and move a little bit closer. Like 10
All right,
feet.
go for the attack roll.
Yep. That's gonna miss. It was 14.
All right, so Inkswell shoots past the banshee, and you feel it reapparate in your sheath. Anything else?
That is all.
All right, Wiswick, you are up. Scarlet, you're on deck.
Also, I moved up 10 feet, by the way.
Sorry.
You're good. Just a reminder.
Okay, Sean, I got a few. I guess this is kind of a multi-sided question. First of all, Bestow Curse, it has a little leeway written into it. It says that if I could think of a curse that is no powerful than the ones described above, you get the final say on if I could pull it off or not.
Okay.
So one of the options is, while a target is cursed, your attacks and spells deal extra d8 to the target. If I were to do that one, would magic missiles count as multiple attacks or just one?
Just one.
Okay.
And it's also necrotic damage.
Right. So I don't know if it's immune to that. I was aware. I was just
Okay, cool.
abbreviating.
Just double check.
Okay. Yeah. The other one that I'm probably going to do is I'm going to try and use Jet to touch him to cast Bestow Curse on the creature.
Okay.
And I'm going to do the one that makes it roll a saving throw at the start of each of its turns, and if it fails, it does nothing. But I'd like to change the saving throw using
From
alchemical
wisdom
casting.
to-
Whatever.
Sure.
I guess I can't. I mean, maybe strength.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And is it a saving throw to bestow the curse?
No, it's at the beginning of your turn. You make the saving throw. Oh wait, no. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it's
it
the same,
is.
It's the same saving
So
throw.
you can either change
one or the other.
Change one or the other, either the actual curse's saving throw or the spell's saving throw.
Interesting. Let's go with the curse's saving throw and make him roll a wisdom saving throw now.
Okay, so wisdom now and the curse has changed.
Right. So Jet swoops in from above and lands on the creature. And I'm not going to have Jet run away, so no attack of opportunity. He's just basically just grasping her hair or something like that.
Well, she rolled a 10.
Yeah!
So she fails. As the fiendish Jet is just sort of lands in the tendrils of ghostly, soggy, wet, ghostly hair that's just down over her face, and just starts to mess around in there as you see this light usher through her, and suddenly the curse is active, and she needs to make a strength saving throw at the start of her turns. Otherwise, she has to or forgo her turn.
Awesome.
All right, Scarlet, you are up. You have 1 HP and you are prone.
Cool. All right, so I am going to like just come back and then just
Yeah,
like,
Scarlet, for your reference, yeah, you heard that the last thing you heard was that voice say, "It's not your time, child," and then you felt the shadows twist around you, and then suddenly the same feeling of when your eyes open.
Okay. So, takes me a second to realize what's going on. I'm going to turn over onto my knees. I'm going to take out my dagger. I'm going to drive it into the ground. And bonus action, rage, because I am pissed. I can't sleep. I'm poisoned. I've been dropped so many times.
Language.
My fucking arm is so chewed up.
Yeah, you've got like
She's
you
mad.
literally have like skin hanging off of your arm.
Yeah. Yep. So she's absolutely furious. So she's going to like take some like big deep breaths, like really hyping herself up, and then she's going to stand up and she's going to lunge and try and drive her blade into the eye socket of this thing.
Go for it.
Still poisoned?
Yes.
Oh my god. I rolled a natural 20 and an 18. So
Nice.
that is
So it's unfortunately not the natural 20, but
no, it's not, but that's gonna be
it will hit. It will
20
hit.
26, yeah. Okay. So that is 7 points of piercing damage.
Did you add your rage damage to that?
Nope. Just assume that I don't. So that is 9 points
9
of
points
piercing
of
damage. Anybody else engaged?
What weapon are you using?
The Acheron blade.
Good.
Her hand is still around my throat, if that means anything to you.
So she's engaged with you. Good. I get sneak attack.
Oh yeah. She is.
Aw, you're engaged? I didn't know that.
You already made that joke today.
Oh, I
Are
did.
you
Yeah.
okay,
All right.
Alex?
Damn it.
Oh, you're engaged?
Damn it!
One.
Damn it!
Shut up. Shut up.
Shannon.
Language.
24 points of
Damn it.
piercing damage
Oh
total.
shit. Okay. Total with the 9.
Yes.
Okay.
Total.
I thought it
total.
was 33
No.
points. Okay.
No. I would have to roll all 6s on that to make that happen.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So you come alive once again, and you rush forward and leap up and bring your blade into the head of the banshee. You see it pierces, and you hear this screech come out of her towards you. As you see this ugly face of just flesh peeling like paint off of a wall. Just absolute death in her eyes. As the blade pierces the light, and you feel like you're in there for a second, like stuck in her head, and then you just sort of, because of the apparative force of the phantom, you sink down below and drop Jack down to the ground, but the damage did sink.
Excellent.
All right. It's Jack's turn. He has nothing to do, because he is not a hero.
He's a hero to me.
He has to do is be like, Mama!
Jack, come hide behind this rock. It's working out great over here.
Yeah, literally the only thing he has to do is he can punch her, or he can cast thaumaturgy. Jack, you see Jack comes back to life, and you see that same dread and terror that those of you who fell in his eyes as he just sort of scrambles back, and he's just leaning against the fountain at this point in absolute utter fear of the visage of the creature that was once his mother, that he just realized was his mother, and now she's a banshee trying to kill him. And that is Jack's turn. Ulf is up.
Yeah, he is.
As he
It's not-
sees you all coming back to life, and he is going to go for another strike on her. He is going to expend a spell slot to smite again, but he can't do it as high as he did before. All right. Oof, Ulf, you bastard. Ulf misses. his again attack, which misses as well. He rushes forward and brings that spear up towards her incorporeal form, twists around it so that the spear goes through. You see the sparks of holy energy flying past her and cascading down onto the ground as he swings the spear around again to go for another attack, but the Banshee is able to avoid it. I forgot about her earlier, so Striga's gonna go.
Yeah.
I actually was going to bring that up. I was like, wasn't there another person?
And she's gonna run forward with an axe out as she does it. As you see some Curon, you'll recognize this from our game, and Cal too, as you see some runes light up across her weapons as Striga seems to grow in size as this great axe comes slamming down into the Banshee, dealing significant damage, but it is not technically a magical item, so it is cut in half. As you see, this axe swipes through her, and for a moment the Banshee rips apart, and for a moment is almost cascading, separated, but then comes back together as Striga comes down. The axe sinks into the earth. You see these glowing blue runes all across her tattoos, her axe, and on that fang talisman at her chest, as she is also kind of... All right, it is now Prim's turn. Prim is going to rush forward to Cal, and she is going to hand you a potion and just says, drink this now.
Okay, I'll just do that around her hand, I guess.
Yeah. With the weird rules of no, I'll say you can drink it. Cal, your strength score increases to 25.
Woo!
As you drink this potion, it is fiery red, and you feel for a moment you almost gag and puke because you feel this like this sharp shard of something that is the giant's toenail.
Oh boy!
As you almost vomit immediately, but you're like, but then you just suddenly feel like overwhelming energy as you Super Saiyan out, essentially. Your muscles grow a little bit. You feel fire in your veins. Your veins feel warm. As anyone looking at Cal could see fiery light underneath his skin as he has attained the strength of a fire giant.
Scarlet approves.
You have 25 strength now.
Fuck yeah.
Cal, you are up.
Woo! Okay, so here's how I picture this shot. She had her hand around my throat technically that whole time because of how D&D works.
Yeah.
And I kind of was like down on one knee, having like been like, oh shit, you know. And then I drank that potion, and like I look up, having seen now Scarlet and Kieran get up and move. Like I saw Scarlet come in over top. Like I have a little grin on my face now, especially with the Super Saiyan juice.
Yep.
And I go, so you want our souls? You want to eat us? You might find that your eyes are too big for your stomach. And then I wrap the prongs of the black around her arm and like rip it off is my goal.
All right, go ahead for the attack.
Disarming strike.
Yes, disarming strike.
I get it. Like you're literally disarming her.
For now, a 30 to hit, Sean? Does a 30 hit?
Yeah, that'll hit.
Thank you. Let's get to business. Okay, 8 plus 5 is 13, plus 10 is 23.
Yeah, get him, Cal.
You say this, you grasp her hand and pull it away with that strength, you know, like anytime in a movie where it's just sort of like, as you're pulling away the otherworldly, Shadowfell-fueled strength of this Banshee. And you grip the prongs of the black, whip it around. It wraps around several times before you even pull it. The arm is severed. And you rip it, and the arm just goes cascading to the side, not reapparating together at this point, as she wails out in pain as you stand there, the prongs reconnecting down into the blade, looking up at her, your eyes fuming with a bright fiery redness. And I think you have one more attack.
I do. For a 17 to hit.
That does not hit, but it is a
Okay.
glancing blow.
Lovely.
So half
Okay,
damage.
so half damage. All right, so half of 7 damage.
Slightly
is that
less fun second attack, but still.
Could I kill her if I did like a little bit more damage?
She's
Look-
not. She's looking
offhand
rough, but
strike.
not that rough.
Okay.
She's
Sure.
not punch rough.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna wrap the chain around her neck and then punch her head off of it, but
Yeah.
with my giant strength, I can do anything.
Yeah, she's not punch. She's
Okay.
not punch. Yeah. By the way, just for your reference, this lasts for an hour.
Oh, fun.
All right. It's her turn now.
Strength saving throw.
Oh yeah, that's right. You motherfucker.
You've been waiting so long to say that. You can just like stay at your microphone. Strength saving throw.
That is a what is that? Let me look at it.
DC 16.
16. That is a okay. Yeah, she rolled an 18.
Next time, if there is a next time.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's close because she has a minus -1. Remember, she's a special banshee. Okay. What can she do though? She can't wail, and wail is the best part of a banshee. All right. She can only.
That's why you gotta have more than one banshee, Sean.
I know, but like, this is not the end boss. All right, so she is going to unleash her horrifying visage.
Oh wait, that's alive.
Does it not affect Jet because he's blind?
That's a good question with blindsight. I'll say no. I'll say no. It doesn't.
Yes.
Is
Thank
it some
God.
kind of strength?
That's
saving
all I
throw?
was good about.
It's a wisdom saving throw. So everyone within 60 feet needs to make a wisdom
Sean.
saving throw.
I'm so
Is
good
this
at
about being
strength.
frightened?
Yes, so you do have a. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Finally, this is the first time since going Twilight where I've gotten to do this.
17 for Cal.
This is 17
count?
for without.
Timber.
I was about to say Wiswick for some reason, but I was
Scarlet?
Yeah, we
Wimber.
know.
Wimber.
18.
Kieran,
23.
Wiswick.
I didn't roll because I didn't know how. I forgot the range. Is it magic?
Yes.
13.
13. Okay. Everyone who got a 16 or lower failed, and is considered frightened of her, and also is going to take 9 points of psychic damage.
Rolling concentration.
Yep.
We're good.
Cool. All right.
It's still cursed.
Kieran, you're up. Timber, you're on deck.
Make her frightened. Turn.
Oh, top of the order, you start to hear shuffling from the remains of the hedge, as anyone who looks back can see, slowly ripping through the hedges. By slowly, I mean quickly. You see undead creatures ripping their way through, all charging towards you.
Okay. Excuse me. We're gonna start with a spiritual weapon, bonus action, make it appear behind her,
Okay.
and attack for a 17.
Glancing blow, half damage.
10 damage force, so 5.
Okay. As the
And
go ahead.
no, you can do your description.
As the crescent scythe, the crescent glaive of Ilyuvania rushes forward towards her. She's taken a lot of damage in the last, just from Cal, as the she seems to almost attempt to move the hand that's gone to do something, but it doesn't work. So she's kind of shocked, and she grabs the pull of the polearm as it just sort of sinks into her shoulder, just barely dealing damage, as she's just gritting her ghostly teeth before apparating around it. Go ahead.
Channel Divinity. Wait, I guess I should clarify. Did we get a short rest
No.
previously?
No.
No, so like Huron and Scarlet never got a long rest, but were they able to benefit from a short rest?
During the night, yes.
Okay, cool. So I do have my so Channel Divinity, freaking go away dead
Right.
things.
Oh, you're doing turn undead?
Yes.
Okay,
Turn
excellent.
undead. I never remember how this freaking thing works.
You roll a DC, or he rolls a DC for every zombie
Right.
or undead, and then if
Yes.
they
What's the
are
radius?
under a certain
16 for the DC. Radius is 30 feet. After he uses it on the Banshee, he's going to reposition towards the ensuing horde of Zomzoms.
Okay, so she actually failed.
Suck a fucking dick, Wiswick. Not you. Sorry, not you. It was.
She rolled a natural. She rolled a natural.
I
three.
got it. You're allowed to use the rhyme, Kieran.
Thank you.
the ride.
Suck a dick, Huron. Don't flow.
So it must end its turn, moving as far away from you as it can.
Yes, and it is
Can't-
considered frightened, correct?
correct. Yes.
Suck a schlong, Kiran works.
And you reposition yourself to affect the corpses chasing the undead coming after you.
Yes.
All right. So, Kiran, I'd like you to describe what this looks like when you use your holy reliquary to frighten the banshee, but also to incinerate about 50 zombies.
So so Kiran, looking around, seeing all this happening, he casts his spirit glaive. It, tries to scythe into it. It's not super effective. He's like, by the crescent heart, it's time. And he whips around his reliquary. It does that cool magic thing where it breaks apart and the moonstone comes out and it just floats in front of him as he still has the aura of life up as well. As another sphere extends beyond him as he goes, by the blessing of the crescent heart, I will cleanse this town of the evil that beseeches it.
Plagues it.
Plagues it. Yeah. That's a pox on this land. And so it radiates out, hitting that banshee, and then he turns and looks at the undead. And then he just kind of does that cool anime sprint where he sprints around and then along the line of hedges as he's just be gone, evil spirits, be gone.
Yes. So, Kiran, the reliquary comes out. It shatters into several shards of wood. As you see in the center is the glittering moonstone shard of the corpse moon itself. As you see this bubble of white light just radiates out from it and kind of pulses over and over again. As you see the banshee just sort of puts up the nub of an arm, kind of covering its eyes as it holds out the other arm, frightened by it, wailing out as it slowly starts to move away from Kiran. He rushes towards Anna. Naruto runs over and skids in front of the fountain as he holds up the reliquary, kind of channeling its energy as it just kind of like when Albus Dumbledore's brother casts his Patronus against the Dementors at the Battle of Hogwarts. There's just this radiating. It's for Shannon. It's just for Shannon. Everyone shut up. It is bubble of light energy enervates out as the first wave of zombies is disintegrated into dust. With Timber, you're up.
Timber, still groggy and not doing hot, is going to hastily limp over to the opposite side of the Banshee to gain advantage, almost as if in combat with somebody, let it be Cal or I don't know, somebody, or Scarlet, and I'm going to attack with my fury of fists or slashes.
Pop, pop.
Gibbity bop.
These are at advantage. Okay, that is.
Non-stop.
This one's a critical because I got a natural 19.
Because she is hexbladed.
That's right. Oops.
Prepare to receive the fists of fury.
So this is gonna be 17 damage. And I'm gonna have them do stunning strike on this.
How much of that is necrotic?
None of it.
Oh, because you didn't use hex. You're right.
Right.
Cool. Stunning strike, you said?
Yes. DC 14. Con.
DC 14. She rolled a natural 15.
Okay. Next attack. Oh, that was 17 damage, by the way. I don't. Okay.
Yep.
This one misses, I believe.
What did you get? What'd you get?
That was a natural 6. That was the high.
What is the total?
That was
like 11 or something.
No, sorry, I blanked. That was 13.
Okay, yeah, you're right. That is.
Fury blows.
Go for it.
Boop, boop, boop. That is a dirty 20. Sorry.
Okay. Roll damage.
That is 11 damage. Stunning strike.
No need.
Oh, okay.
She had exactly 11 HP.
Oh, okay.
How would you like to end this banshee?
So
She's currently afraid, like holding up like fear of Curon's lights as you charge forward to strike at her. That growling, you still hear it. You're resisting it, but that guttural growl is within you.
I'd like this to all be synchronous. So I'd like that for Curon to be putting up his light as he's eliminating all these zombies, and she's putting it up, and Cal to be, just removing her arm as Timber is, coming up behind her and just like punching her back or slashing her back, as the prongs of the black is like whipping around, removing her arm, also removing, like just cutting her up as she's just being forced forward into it.
We're bouncing her around.
Yeah,
basically.
we're bouncing
like,
her
bang,
around.
bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, like Timber's pushing her into it as Cal is just whipping it around.
Yeah.
And as the spirit weapon is also just wailing on her, like. Sorry, multiple things in effect.
All of these fronts are all assaulting this spirit as Curon's turn undead is frightened her. She starts to retreat as she's almost pushing herself back towards the crypt, but you do not stop as you suddenly Timber, all of this is happening at once. There's chaos. You see the disintegrating undead army before you. As you focus for a moment, you look and you see as all these forces are coming down on the Banshee. You focus, bring one fist back, and you hit in the right exact point as you see kind of this shockwave of ki shoot through the Banshee as a last wail utters out into the sky as the form starts to dissipate away.
Fade away.
Then Timber falls on the ground.
Yep,
You-
Scarlet's down.
You fall to your
Paladin is
knees.
victorious. barbaric yell because he's really amped up right
It's
now.
the closest Cal will ever get to barbarian.
Yeah, and then I kick through the wall next to me.
No, but like quite literally, you see Cal. So there's like small, short, like cemetery like walls nearby. Cal just literally kicks through one, and just this rubble shoots through as he's just like.
I like to picture I'm in the foreground, just like on my back, like and then Cal's in the background.
As
Shit.
Kieran, you take a breath. There are more undead coming, but they're further away. As you look back and you see the dissipating corpse of the Banshee, but you see another thing. You see the actual soul and essence of Lady Lyndon. As you see this face look at you with utter abject horror and looks around as it's just slowly sucked into the crypt.
Whose wall I just kicked in?
Real quick, is there a corpse of her?
There's nothing. She is obliterated as her spirit claws and digs and pulls as it is just dissipates into the crypt. What do you do?
Kieran's gonna start backing up and go, unfortunately, I think we must join her down there as there's more of those zombies, more of those undead coming.
Right! Let's go! Just go through the hole that I just kicked in the fucking wall.
You all kind of like gather around in this small courtyard.
The amulet she was wearing.
You already took it off of her, so you have it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. It would be there anyway.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to know.
You actually gave it to Jack. So you
Right.
you see now, like utterly traumatized against the fountain is Jack as he's clutching the now complete amulet.
Jack, we need to go. I know this must be. We have to go.
Yes.
Kieran's offering him a hand to help him up.
He grasps your hand, and when you pull him up, he falls into a hug that is not because he knows you. He just is. He grasps at your back, and you feel his hands not clawing, but just sort of like holding, like in that way that someone unable to really support themselves spiritually falls into you. He's just. I never knew her. She's gone now. She's gone.
She may not be totally gone. There may still be something we can do. Her spirit's been sucked down into that crypt, and I fear that whatever evil's there may wish to do her harm. But if we can go there, I swear if I can find a way to give you just one last moment with the mother you never knew, I will. But come, we must hurry. And Kieran's kind of like looking around to the others, like motioning them to get in as he's like slowly walking Jack. Kieran's walking backwards with him, glaive out, watching the zombies, the undead approach.
You wrap your arm around him as you're leading him. He's slowly, he starts weeping, but then like there's just this moment of yes, we can save her. It's this moment of not bravado, but it's surrender to the situation. As Kieran, you hold your glaive out. Cal has already started to move down into the crypt, fury in his eyes. The rest of you start to slowly descend down, Striga following you. Prim looking out at the field of zombies that are ripping through like voracious insects through the grove. You hear in your minds a low thrumming laugh. You think that the pawn falling is some victory. You all look up above you as you see floating there is the faceless figure, but not entirely deformed. You see a gaunt face with fangs. You see the long flowing robes that tress into nothingness and smoke and shadow. A staff is held out and pointed towards the lot of you. You do not know who it is pointed at. What do you do?
Kieran's gonna raise his glaive and kind of like fire back almost with a guiding bolt.
Go ahead and give me an attack roll. What are the rest of you doing?
How high up is he?
25 feet.
Oof.
It's floating above the fountain, pointing the staff down. You're all clustered together, so you don't know who he's targeting.
Wiswick's just getting ready to counterspell, if anything.
Give me a intelligence roll.
Okay.
Throw its inkswell.
Anyone who wants to do an attack can do an attack. If there's anything else you want to do, though, you can do so.
Or
Positioning yourselves.
yeah, I think Timber would actually move out of the cluster.
Yeah, Scarlet would mirror him on the other side, and she's got Produce Flame up ready to launch it.
Just for reference, Aura of Life is still up and remains up for 10 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I got a dirty 20 on intelligence.
It's not enough.
Oh,
22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Sean,
Yes.
is there a small platform in front of me that I could get up on and then jump off of?
I'll allow it because you have giant strength.
I'm very angry.
You're very angry. I'll allow you to jump up. You'll have disadvantage on the attack.
That's fine. I actually, no.
Because you also have prongs to the black that have reached.
The
so
math, the
definitely.
math actually works. Fun fact.
So if Guiding Bolt hits before Cal
I'll
does
allow
his-
that. I'll allow that to clear Cal's attack to be zeroed out to a normal advantage.
and that's
I'll
13.
resolve all of this after the rolls because you're just doing a lot.
That's fair.
can I chug my greater healing potion?
No.
Damn it.
Does a 20? Actually, what is my hit to hit right now? Does a 28 hit?
Yes.
Is he within 30 feet of me and undead?
Just keep. Do it
Are
again.
you? Yes, I would say yeah.
So then he has to make a wisdom saving throw, DC
Legendary
16.
resistance.
Oh.
16.
Well, that's one down.
Yeah, right.
Whittle him away.
Could you imagine though,
Oh,
in this
yeah.
moment, if it's just like, ah!
Oh god,
All
Ilumania,
right,
get out
Cal,
of
you dealt 16 damage. Kieran, how much did you deal?
13 radiant.
Okay. Wiswick's counterspell failed. Scarlet, you're throwing a produce flame.
Oh, that was a counterspell? You told me to roll intelligence saving throw.
No, I meant just an intelligence roll for the counterspell.
Well, I'm casting counterspell at 4th level because that's the only slot that I have. I don't know.
You
if that
you
makes
still have to make the DC because the spell he's casting is higher than 4th level.
less than or equal to. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Scarlet, what did you roll for the attack?
23.
That'll hit.
That is going to be 8 points of fire damage.
8 points of fire damage. Okay. I guess Strigo will throw an axe at him.
Wait, hold on.
Fucking hits, actually.
Sean, this is a 10th level spell?
This is not something that's gonna miss. Is all I'm saying. This is not gonna miss with a counter spell.
Okay, well, that's fine. I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you made me roll. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, this is not an effect. This is a one-time effect he does. This is
Okay.
not going to
One
like.
shot, do not
Yeah.
miss.
No problem.
Yeah, like this is more like the whale than a counterspell. It was more so kind of
Right.
like let you do
It's not
something.
like ability,
and like,
yeah.
Exactly. Like this is his one time using this, and it's good that he's using it now because he can't use it in your fight you might have with him next. Just to let you know what it is, it's a finger of death.
Yeah.
God.
Oh God.
And you can only use it once though. So
My God, who is he targeting?
Jack.
that will be determined by a dice.
Oh God.
What? A dice? No,
Is it crazy?
he's got one guy on his mind, and it's Cal.
No, he's got one. No,
You mean the only
Kieran,
one currently up and
Kieran,
fighting? Good lord.
Kieran. He's got one person on his mind.
Oh no.
Roll the dice, Sean.
Kieran, make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my God.
That's gonna be a 15 for me.
15. 15 for me. 15.
Oh!
That was a 15.
Ah! Ah! He didn't bring any diamonds for himself.
I don't think that's how it works.
I know, I'm kidding.
Kieran, how much HP do you have?
Right now, 7.
Kieran, you take 94 points of necrotic damage.
My bubble's up, so I have resistance to that.
Okay.
Or of life. So 40.
2
You
or
said-
47. 47.
So I would still not be doubled.
No,
Oh, thank God.
woo! But you are
Holy
unconscious.
Because I can just imagine Kieran casting that guiding bolt and then gets struck, and it in Jack's embrace just kind of.
Yeah, you would all see exactly that. As everyone launches, you see Cal lunging forward, ripping. Everything hits him, but it almost looks like it's like the fireball hits him, and it sort of just vibrates. It doesn't seem to do any real damage. Some damage was dealt, but not fully. And similarly with everything, Cal's prongs the black whips through, and it just sort of drags across as it just sort of the vibrations and dissipation of the damage, most of it. Wiswick's spell goes off, but doesn't quite stop the finger of death as this invisible bolt. There's no flash to it. The staff is held out straight, and there's a feeling in the air. But no bolt of green light, no fire, no lightning, just death. As you watch Kieran holding up his glaive, and he drops it as he slowly falls backwards to the ground, unconscious, slowly dying. As you all see Maias up there dissipate as you hear that laugh echoing in the tomb below. As you can see small threads pulling off of Kieran. Spectral threads. As Kieran, I'd like you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Is this against being frightened?
This is against having your soul dragged into the abyss.
So pretty much being frightened. Your soul being frightened from your body.
Oh no, Kieran.
Oh no.
What did you roll?
It's a 12. It's a 12, but it's still
That's
not.
not great.
Right. I thought it was a nat 1 at first, but it's a 4 plus 8 makes 12.
In shock, you all look as the lifeless body of Kieran this wave of spectral light is pulled off of him. Slowly at first, almost like smoke from a candle that's been blown out. And then it's with a gasp of air. That smoke from the candle is sucked into the crypt. His Curon is dead. And that's where we'll end tonight.
No! Why?
Ah!
Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Yeah,
tonight.
thanks! Thanks! Sorry, continue.
As our brave Wayward 4
Oh,
push onward, maybe to save their friend's soul.
But we have to go to the next town.
but we it's at this point you're like, all right, guys, we've spent too much time here. It's closing time. Let's get out of here. No, the Wayward 5 sit heartbroken in the courtyard of the Linden estate. The sounds of groveling zombies pulling their way through the hedge. The very brief allies you've made in this town as you all look to a depth that you must descend into. Because your light has been snuffed out. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. Shannon, let's do a giveaway.
okay.
Oh no!
Oh,
Put
no.
Paradise in the chat,
No,
guys.
rip
Yeah.
Huron in the chat.
Put Curon in the chat.
Yeah, put Kira. Hold on, let me change that. Let me change it. Hold on. I need to fix it. Okay. Put Kieran in the chat.
Folks, if you'd like to pour one out and win a potential prize, please put Curon, oh my god, I always mess up. Ceuran. Put Curon in the chat. Ceuran to enter into this giveaway.
Not Paradise, sorry. Kieran.
Curon.
I
Ceuran.
think we're really behind.
There we go.
Yeah, there's a
There we
a
go.
delay.
There we go.
There's a wicked delay today.
Yeah.
I've been noticing.
All right, we'll give you a few moments to pay your respects.
Pour one out.
Oh my god, Nova!
Oh,
Kira gone. Oh my god.
I can't handle it.
He just learned Moonbeam.
He just learned Moonbeam! This is his first episode of using Tasha's cauldron.
Oh my god, this is for Jasper's Game Day Dice Fault, everybody.
all right, folks,
Amp it up!
get those Curons in. We'll do the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pour one out for our blessed by Ilivania. Patch, you son of a bitch.
Oh my god!
I'm not re-rolling it.
Congratulations, Patch. You have won the Jasper's Game
Again.
Day
Again.
Vault. Is it a Dice Vault?
Yeah, Dice Fault.
Dice Vault. Folks, if you want to continue donating to an excellent cause, please visit our socials to find the link to donate
It's
for.
right there. It's right
in
there.
chat for Jasper's Game Day to provide support to Jasper's Game Day, a very, very fond charity in our eyes. We are an ambassador wholly and Shannon particularly for them. It goes to a great cause, as per Owit, per usual. You never have to roll initiative alone. Have a good night. Please join us for our programming throughout the week. We'll see you next week to see what happens with the Wayward Five. Good night.